Well, I don't know what's happening to my sound, and I don't know if that's just me. Something I'm hearing like 3 different. Oops, here we go. I'm hearing 3 different versions. Wow. I don't know what's happening to my sound, and I don't know if that's just me. I've got. Hang on, guys. Something I'm hearing like 3 different. Oops, here we go. I'm hearing 3 different versions. Wow. I'm okay. Something going on. I'm getting 2 of me for some reason. Hang on a second. Don't leave. Okay. All right. Somebody give me a heads up. Are we hearing things okay? We got a mess. What we got going on? What's, I've got some theories and I hear John typing, so that might be helpful. I'm hearing it doubled and there are 2 streams up in YouTube. How is that possible? 2 streams set up in YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, hey, John, you have a theory? Well, let's just figure this out before we lose our minds. It's good now? Okay. Loud and clear? You know what? I have no idea why that's going on. And I've got some theories, but let's move on. If you guys have good sound, put a thumbs up. If we got some, it's like you had some sacrifice ritual happening in the background. Well, that's too bad. I really like that song. I don't know. It's called Clean Up. And I really like it. And it's about cleaning up your room. And I thought, how appropriate that. I'm afraid to play my bumper music, but I'm going to do it just to see what happens. Yeah, so I'm getting an error from YouTube. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So yeah, I don't know what that would be about, but you know, I'm getting a little max on that. So we'll see if we have some bumpers going on here and if it'll straighten itself out or not. If it doesn't, we'll have to take a look, see what's going on, people. I don't know what's happening. Yo, Jens. I'll get to chat in a second. Yeah, I thought the Antichrist trash cans. I know. It was all sorts of good stuff. So let me get settled here. Let's get a live button up here. Let's get some comments up here. This guy. I know Roxanne was the first person in here, and I want to just say hello. Here's what we're going to do. I want to play a little mood music, but if it starts to throw things off, please let me know. Okay? Okay? You guys will be the first ones to tell me. Look, I've got a new, over my Christmas, I got a new gift. And it's supposed to change. Let's see if we can do it. Changes colors. Isn't that cool? At some point, it's supposed to rotate real slow. That's fast. There we go. That'll probably do it right there. So thanks for... Oh, that ain't it. That's fast. That's it. So it just rotates slowly, but... It's a cute little gift. You know, it's what it is. Roxanne, I saw you were in the house first, but you know what? Let me just get caught up in this. I'll bring John in. I'm a little slow because of the mess up. I don't know what happened tonight. Roxanne. She was the first one here. Hello, let's get started. End the year together with some warm hugs. I couldn't think of a better way to end the year. And somebody let me know too. If you guys are seeing any video problems and stuff, let me know. Just keeping an eye on that for that issue. It says excellent connection, so who knows. Stream 1. My chat peers in both. Guess all is well. I don't know what happened there. I've got some theories, but as long as we're okay, let's move along. Zan, what's up? Happy holidays to you and everyone on that side. I hope you ate well, my friend. Sammy? Hey, everyone. How you doing, Sammy? You've been a little busy doing your thing. Listen, we got some things tonight. We're going to wrap up the year together. I got a toy. I hope you all got toys. I want to talk about that. I've got a little thing at the end. I got to ask. You won't do a really long, I promise, we won't do a terribly long one tonight, but I want to say hi. I want to hug. You guys mean so much to me. You mean so much to John. It's been such a great year. I had to go look back at the year. I've got a few photos of me from a year ago, and I can't believe it's only been a year, a little over a year since I even started thinking about YouTube and what it was and possibly was. And looking back at my photos is an absolute, it's a weird show. I'm not going to lie to you. Darren, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're well, Darren. Let us know up there in the Canadian world. And of course, our dear friend John, and this is apropos, I'm going to bring John in here and then we'll start running down the rest of you wonderful people who walked in here. We'll get you caught up, play some music. We'll have a cute couple things. I got some questions for you. We're going to do our thing. I'm going to throw my glasses on for a second. Fine, John. What a weird intro that was. John, I'm going to bring you in here. John, let me know if you're okay. Did you survive that?
Hi.
That weirdness that was, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
there definitely was a few seconds of my probably browser playing back, but
that makes
sense. It was
sense.
only like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but I think what happens, that's what I was wondering, because I heard you put a browser on somewhere during the prep. All mine were off, so I'm like scrambling to find the browser. I'm like, I have no browsers up. And then it clicked. I'm like, so because this happened once before on the Halloween one. That's why I started going, John. That was kind of my angry.
Because I got this. I had my browser. I had everything down. Yeah. And then as soon as I turned on your stream, I was like, started to turn it up, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I still have the volume on, and I was like, crap.
And once you get into that loop, even though it's a short loop, it just feeds itself. It won't uncork. I just went, okay, I'm gonna have to end this nightmare for these poor people.
I apologize.
It's okay.
You only have one stream up. It's just one stream.
You've done this to me twice now. I feel like the second time's on purpose.
I tell you, and I turned my mic off and everything in the beginning.
You did.
And I made that stupid same mistake twice.
I know, John, he'll never make it again, though. Like, yeah, my GP.
I'm surprised I did it twice.
I am surprised with you. My vMix completely maxed out right now in the total. So I don't know what's happening, but it's just overrun. And so I might need to clear some inputs out or something. Just try to loosen some things up, which I can do. I'm just trying to manage things before it kind of falls apart on me.
You know what I didn't used to do? I used to not watch your stream on my PC because I used to have it on my phone. But ever since that one time where you had a couple people in here and Cashew took care of them, I've always put it up here now so I can access your chat fast too. And that's where I made my mistakes ever since I started putting it up on the screen.
You're saying you're trying to help me is now put me in the box. You actually
I'm trying to help you, but I've ruined it twice.
You've ruined it twice, sir. Well, you know what? Paybacks are hell. Yeah, I had a couple inputs. I took a couple inputs down. That might help out a little bit here. I added some inputs for tonight, and we'll see how that all turns out. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, I apologize. I'm going to get to chat here in a second. We're getting ourselves settled. I was like, we're going to come in, have a very chill stream. There wasn't anything heavy going on tonight. Well, we're short one, have a chill one. And then we started out with the Antichrist or whatever. Someone trash can subscribe that. Steve, just in time. Nice. I have something to listen to. I'll do my last job of the day. You're working this week? Is everybody, how's it working with people? Are everybody working this week, or are they off, or what's the plan?
Tomorrow's my Friday.
Tomorrow's your Friday. Okay. Yeah. Well, Steve, I'm glad you have us with you every time. I just love that you pull us in. You're such a great supporter. MD, you're crazy, crazy girl, you.
She's hanging out with
Tracy.
She's down in Texas right now. Yeah.
I saw a little shopping spree they're on right there. I'm just like, can you imagine the basket of stuff that they're buying? It's just, the only thing that surprised me, they should have like matching canteens. It won't have water in it, but they should have matching canteens, or one could have like Diet Coke and the other one could have rum. You know what I mean? They can mix them together.
Right. That's what I said. I put it on Instagram. I said 2 worlds collide. Yep. That's what I put.
That is. Boo. I don't know how that area is going to survive more than 14 hours with those two together, but they'll survive. They've got the National Guard down there. They'll make it happen. Trash Can, how you doing?
How's Cashew doing?
Cashew's good. Cashew's already hard at work, trying to deal with 4 streams at once, trying to figure out where it was coming from. And I couldn't get out of the loop. I was sitting here going, oh no. And I knew it wasn't me at some point. I'm like, well, it's going to be fine. You know, JH, how you doing? It is Tuesday. My goodness. How was everybody's weekend, holiday, thingamajigs? Did you guys get what you want? I got something I wanted. I also got socks, which is my annual thing, but I like these socks. These are those funky socks. They have like all these different things on them. So I kind of dig that. And they're actually very comfortable too. But I got some other things. I will do a little show and tell here in a minute. John, did you, besides a wonderful family and all that, did you get anything else for Christmas that you really wanted? How did it lay down for you?
Yeah, I bought like a bunch of audio equipment, and I have.
Okay, if you bought it, it's not really a present.
I have a slider coming in the mail.
Okay, so you bought it. You bought it for yourself. So you're stocking you're stuffing your own socks Stocking. That's what I meant to say. You're stuffing
No, I didn't.
your own stocking.
We didn't exchange anything.
No?
Like, because, nah. Nah. Just my son. He gets all the gifts.
Okay. We're
That's all I care about. I like watching him do opening stuff up,
I'm going to catch up. But yeah, there's a lot of sacrifice rituals going on. I appreciate you guys putting up with that. Working, you're looking at it. Cheers. Harvey Black, too. Nice to meet you. Nice for you to come in. I don't know if we've met in another stream or if you're a follower of John's or you just happen to follow in here, but I welcome you. I don't remember seeing you before, but give us some background.
No, first time I've ever
Where
seen
are you from? What do you got going on?
Found us.
Yeah. Do you have a channel or are you just like go out and support
cashew,
people?
So she must know cashew.
I got you. Well, you know what? We're honored that you are here. I'm sorry for that intro if you had to live through all that. I know that Arkansas Living's here because he's sneezing. I think we all know what that means.
Yeah. Trust me, that's one of the best intros they've seen.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. That was pretty awful. I'm not going to lie to you.
It was nothing really, to be honest with you. Come on, let's.
Well, I think we could calm it down for a second. You guys are wanting to rave and all and go out and turn cars over. I'm going to put a little of this music on. Like that? Yeah. I feel like we should be. It is relaxing. Just for a second, because I feel like people in chat I could just feel they wanted to go wildling and they were just getting ready to go move some cars on top and flip cars over and everything.
Has Life is here.
He's
not fishing. He's
my goodness.
Not fishing.
So MD Pickers driving through Tennessee.
Has to be wrong.
Something has to be wrong with the fishing.
Has to be wrong.
Has. Oh, I'm so behind. Let me get caught up because I want to make sure I see Haz. Haz. No, I'm not that far behind. Haz, how you doing? I dropped into Haz the other night, and those guys are a lot of fun. I've never seen more guys so happy about fishing and hanging out together than I saw. Not just them, but man, what a community that guy has created for himself. That is some energetic fishing people, and they love it there.
He's got a hell of a personality, though.
He does. Yeah, I was really taken in. I'm like, hey guys, and I felt like a fish out of water a little bit. I do fish, but not as much as I used to, and now everything's iced over, so I don't feel like doing that. But Haz and the guys were great, and can learn a lot going on there. But yeah, really cool. And then the next night, I jumped into Dan, and they're talking about salmon. I don't know. It must be a fishing time of year. Danielle Ryan says, just to be correcting here, you did get a Coffee of the Month Club subscription for Christmas.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I'm glad you forgot.
That was my birthday.
I'm staying out of it.
They always try to clump it together.
I know that's the problem with having your birthday. Does anybody else have their birthday so close to a holiday like this? It's got to be a bummer, right? A little bit? Or
I don't. It doesn't bother me.
As an adult, maybe not so much. Maybe as a kid.
That never bothered me.
Nothing bothers you. Steve's a plumber. He owns his own company. And it's just me. I'm moving right past you. He's a one-man band. Definitely not complaining, though. Very blessed to have so many great customers. Well, I can tell you this, Steve. Every time we see you, you're working. So, but there's certain things in life. Plumbing. Always wants to go. Always needs some skilled labor. Needs somebody coming in.
Don't forget, he's like 6 hours behind us, too.
I know he is, but I need to talk to Steve because I need to redo my bathroom. And I got a quote in for a single shower redo with some minor stuff and a $400 sink faucet. $22,000. I'm going to pass on that. I'm not going to have a remodeling done for my little bathroom for 22 grand. I'll do it myself, but I didn't want to do it myself. So we'll figure it out. Right. But I'm like, no, bro, I'm not paying for a $500 faucet that I can get for like $300. Who spends that kind of money on a faucet for a bathroom? What's going on in this world?
I spent I think $450 was the most we spent for a faucet.
That's a lot of money, but
I know. I don't know if I'll do it again.
Harvey says, Cashew did mention you. I'm mod on many channels. A techie person. Well, thank you. And you've come to the right place. We are techie nerdy. John is very techie. I love tech. And we get into tech. We get into a little of that inner tech. She may have clued you in on that. I'm not exactly sure. But you moderators or something. I've noticed you. There's a group of moderators who are a little bit know each other and they're doing big streams. And it's actually impressive work when you watch it. It's like a skill. It's a skill. It's a full-on skill. Well, you know what? Either way, Harvey, it's wonderful that you decided to drop in. If you have any questions, let us know. If you have something to share to help us out, let us know. Always willing to learn. So, yeah, TH2 says, hey, it's 27th stream of the night for Jay. Yeah, kind of feels like it.
Feels like it?
Well, I wasn't panicking, but I was panicking for a minute because I knew I wasn't the source. So then I thought, well, maybe I set the stream up wrong. But I'm like, how can you do that wrong?
You were cursing me out.
And then I'm like, John.
That mother.
That mother lover.
Mother.
Nope, correction.
I don't know what that means.
It means you're wrong, John. John, that means you're wrong. That it probably was a Christmas present that you got on your birthday. Okay. Well, and I agree. You probably spent way too much because he doesn't seem to appreciate it at all. And I'm so jealous because that sounds like actually a great birthday, Christmas / whatever present. Oh, well, you got your pour over blah, blah, blah for your birthday. System for your birthday. Your pour over system for your birthday.
Ah.
Dude, are you okay? Did you hit your head? I haven't talked to you much lately.
Because what happened is the coffee of the month came in the mail, and I saw it before Christmas, so I didn't know that was for Christmas. But I guess I did. I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff to do. I don't have time to keep up on my presents and when they come.
Just let the silence take care of that. Arkansas Living says my daughter's birthday is on the 20th. We always take the kids somewhere for her birthday. I think, that's always cool to try to.
That's a good idea.
Show some kind of line of separation, because otherwise that kid does get a little bit like, wait a minute. It's a bump, especially if they have siblings. Like mine's in April. I never feel the pressure. I mean, Easter? Sometimes my birthday lands on Easter. I don't care. Give me a bunny. But I still want my presents, so I don't really care. I'm still getting a present. You give me a bunny and egg, I'm still getting a present, right? Get me a bike. Laquita and Corey. Coffee is one of my favorite food groups, and I hope you are doing well, Laquita. Corey doesn't mind his birthday being near Christmas. He says he got used. I've heard that a lot. There's very few people that I know are actually that angry about it, but as adults, I think younger sometimes. As adults, how many pairs of socks can you get? Well, what's the benefit?
Because everybody's in usually the best mood of the year. So it's kind of like 1 week before Christmas, and I don't know about that. How can anyone be in a bad mood? So I don't really, it always feels fine for me.
Is it really? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. For real.
I mean, but at this time in your life, you're kind of like, whatever. I have a son. I'm busy. I don't really care. I'll get my socks. And then you just turn around. You're like, well, but I bought, I bought a slider for myself, and I brought a new camera, and I bought. So I mean, Christmas is every day for John Ryan.
Right. Pretty much.
Did I say it right?
True. It's pretty much true.
You just kind of hit it on the head.
Oh, that? Is it painful? Nah.
You don't think? Maybe you're in denial.
It sucked.
Just saying, kind of sucked. $450, you can get a great mic and an audio interface. That is true.
Wait, who's he talking to?
I don't know. I probably missed somebody. Let me back up.
Well, you never know with Sammy. He might just come to a stream, and that might be his comment.
Sammy, did you answer on the wrong stream? I'm just kidding. Sammy's multitasker. He may be like on Tom Bucks or something, and he's like, I don't know. He's trying to help somebody out. Let me know what you're talking about.
Right,
I mean, Sammy, you are.
No, he's streaming right now. I think he might be.
Sammy's like streaming, and he's answering his own question on his own stream. We make fun because we love you, Sammy. Steve, definitely pass on that.
I'm only kidding, Sammy.
That's even high on. It feels high. We've had 2 quotes, though, that have put us in that range. And I'm like, come on, man. This is not a big bathroom. We're not asking for much. So I'm just going to have somebody come in and do the tub, the little thing, and I'm going to do the rest of it. I can't stand all that. That's ridiculous. Smelly Turtle. How you doing, Smelly? Can I say, is Smelly okay? It feels weird calling you Smelly without the turtle.
I know.
I feel like, is that okay? Or should I just go Turtle, or just say Smelly Turtle and we're okay? What do you think, John?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the most unique names. I know, I don't want to insult anybody.
I'm never going to forget it.
I'm never going to forget Smelly Turtle. I mean, that's first time I remember Smelly Turtle from the first time Smelly Turtle came in. I can't stop saying Smelly Turtle. Has life. I love text, and thanks to you guys, I got a great audio setup now. Rock on, Has. Looking to upgrade to a webcam next. That's funny you say that. I have thought about that today. That's excellent, man. I think what you're doing is great. Like, your content is so good. Anything you do now is just gonna like feel good and just look good. But I mean, you're moving. I really, really respect what you got going on.
I'm glad that he took it to the next level and took that mic back that he got and got this set up. It's much better. And then a webcam, you know, everybody, we got that question last week, and what did we answer with that?
I think it was Prepper 101 who asked that question, stepping in. We went with the face cam. And then if you don't want to spend that to get to all those benefits of that face cam, something like the C920 obviously would be your next best, right? And don't. And,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
go ahead, finish it.
I don't. The C920 is just, nowadays when you look at that, like, people can say what they want. It just doesn't look that great.
Well, we're getting a little spoiled. We're getting a little spoiled with our tech now, and even the cheaper cameras and face cams and stuff. It's getting, and still, I think the other part of it is, like, you take something like Tracy Parks, who really worked hard on her lighting, and she was able to get a really great look.
Right.
And I think that's the thing where
she does.
And right. So, and I'm using her as an example because if you do use that, if you do get that light,
people.
Right, but you can get something out of there. And I only talk about that because last year at this time, I had my brand new Jellycomb $19 HD cameras because I couldn't find C920s. And they weren't great, but I mean, I was amazed what I could do with the light. So, yeah, Steve, I think that's a ridiculous price. I'm staying out of that. Sammy, a superstar, says the nightclub makes your show into a jazz club. I'm so struggling here. Somebody help me out. The nightclub,
I have no idea,
makes your show into a jazz. I feel like this was like a riddle on a riddle. Somebody help me out. Okay, somebody fix that for me because I missed something. Healthy Bearded, how you doing, sir? What's up, fellas? I'm doing well. I saw Healthy Bearded the other night. Well, last night maybe. Dan's. But Healthy, how you doing? It's good to see you around. You've been here a few times, and we love that.
Oh, I hope
you're doing.
That's who I was. I was listening to his stream and just saying hi really quick right before I jumped in.
Did you jump on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you should. You need that healthy beard. You've really cut your beard back. You cut your beard.
He's from Jersey, so I always jump in.
Oh, another one from Jersey. How many do we need? I don't know. He says no. I feel like you might be having a side conversation, but I don't see any conversation happening with him, so I don't know what's happening. Oh my goodness. Oh, you said the sink, and I was thinking that you could get him. There we go. Thank you, Sammy. It wasn't you, it was me. This is a host here. He was talking about that faucet for $450, which I will. He's right.
Oh, the faucet.
I do the same thing though. I think this is how much that will cost. That's how many cameras I can buy. That's how many lights I could buy.
Now I get it, Sammy.
Yeah, he got it. I knew I was missing something. Right. I just couldn't. I'm still trying to catch up to the calamity of that intro, and I
I do that all the time too, though.
So Arkansas says, y'all look a little fuzzy. Is that me, or do y'all have the stream settings turned down? I do not have it. It says excellent connection. We are in 1080, but how are you seeing it, John?
Yep. It's the internet. That's the internet, my friend.
Yeah. Stupid internet. Jay Cruz, go home. Yeah. No, Jay, you stay here. Don't listen to Smelly Turtle. Yeah, we're in 1080, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe use the settings wheel to select a higher stream rate. I can't go any higher. I'm at 1080. So I'm not sure what wheel we're
I don't know if talking to you.
Maybe he's talking to me or somebody else.
No, probably maybe in case they're watching it, and if you didn't go and hit 1080p.
Cashew, yeah. Sometimes I don't know what's going on. I keep setting mine to pull the highest rate.
I don't
for
think
these two.
Cashew knows how to use vMix.
Oh yeah, we had a class. She picked it up like that. She's running the show right now.
She might, though. You never know.
Oh, he says no. I mean, the music makes it into a nightclub. Yeah, I've got a little nightclub feel going on. I think he was talking about the original song. Sammy, I'm sorry, man. I'm so behind you right now. It's not your fault. It's mine. I'm caught up. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Sonny, how you doing, Sonny? We've met recently, of course. And hi, guys. I feel like I'm in a Hallmark YouTube channel. I know what you mean.
What does that mean?
I think it might be like this kind of backgroundy, overcolored, maybe even like a bokeh effect. I think that's what it means. I think it's like, listen, guys, your color is a little bit too much. This is a little too Hallmarky for me. But look, Sonny, if you're watching Hallmark, then you're gonna love this plot, because John and I are gonna go back. We're twin brothers. We're gonna go back and try to take a business over from other twin sisters, and we're gonna fall in love with these twin sisters and marry them, and then we're gonna have a hotel or something we own together, and it's going to live forever in this small town, Colorado or something. Smelly Turtle asked, do you guys get into live audio? To a bit. What kind of live audio?
Yeah, what do you mean by live audio?
Do you mean live streaming audio? Because if that's what you mean, absolutely. That is something that we love and we talk a lot about.
I try not to talk to people live.
You don't have a choice.
That's possible.
You have no choice. You have to talk to somebody alive.
Nighttime, I could do it.
If you're talking about like going out and doing a PA for DJ, I could talk around it. I'm a drummer. I do a lot. I've done a lot of live, but again, I'm a drummer. You don't really want to rely on drummers. However, it's odd how much I know more than my guitar players half the time. I can't keep up with his brain. No. Sonny says y'all look perfect. Thank you. I was just, it's good to know, and hit that 1080 on your dial, as I said.
I mean, I gained a little weight lately, but I mean, in general,
crystal clear from Wisconsin to New Jersey. That's not really a New Jersey accent. Exactly what it means. Warm feel. New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I knew it. I knew what Sonny meant. Yeah. We're trying to create a little vibe. I don't know.
Well, if you asked me that question, I'd be like, what? Are we corny? Is that what you mean?
We are corny. Tracy Park, then you're going to cry at the end. So yeah, once it's going to be such a romantic, amazing ending, and we're going to save all the jobs of all the people at that motel, and we're going to cry, and then we're going to sing Kumbaya and some Christmas toonie thing.
Somebody's going to buy someone else's bakery and keep it in business.
That's it.
He's going to quit his corporate job.
Yep. And then what's going to happen as they're singing? John's heart's going to grow 3 times larger.
And then I'm going to smash it on someone's head.
Don't do that. That's so wrong. What's wrong with you? I was trying to have a nice ending with the Grinch, and you went and... Rodrigo says, saying hi before I have to sleep. I can sleep much safer knowing the elf has been captured. I love that you caught that.
That's a relief.
I didn't have time. I was going to have him come on and explain himself tonight and what happened that night, but he didn't show because SnapCan doesn't like me really much right now. So, but he's behind bars, and we're feeding him 1 meal a day. That's all I can do.
1 meal a day? That guy was thin to begin with.
Dude, he's 220 years old. He barely moves. He's 3'2", weighs 42 pounds, wet. He's fine.
Feels a little light.
I want to know the plot twist. Don't ask Tracy about the plot twist. It's not going to end well.
We were just
Patrick
giving
Murphy.
Tracy compliments. Does she know that?
We were. Did you hear our compliments, Tracy? Or did you walk in after the compliments and then we got to rewind and all? I'm not saying it again. You got one compliment.
Right.
That's all you get. Patrick Murphy, why, yes, hello. Sent me to say hello and light up that like. You were amazing. You always light up that like. I know that. I love that.
Benny Hill.
This is true, though. I feel similar. It's hard. I know this is actually a cut. I know what you're saying here. I feel similarly. It's odd how a drummer moderator can sometimes know more than their guitarist channel owner. Listen, fine. You probably do way know more than me. That's for sure. You know a lot. I'm putting it back up there.
Oh, she does. Is it about her? Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, she knows a lot. She's incredible. And drummers, I don't know what guitar players, they're too busy like trying to get all phone numbers from all the girls who are standing off to the side. Love audio, meaning audio engineering, PA. I run a venue in Colorado, live audio, lighting, recording, streaming. Wow. Well, we don't do quite the live. I've toured for 20 years, but a lot of it's done with sound engineers. So I only have so much. I only have so much I have to know. I've learned quite a bit. But I'd love to hear anything you have to say, or if anything comes up you want to tell us. Hey, and if you have a question, do let us know. I did get a new toy, and that, Smelly, it's a nice segue. Just hang on, chat. I got a new toy.
Smelly, if I personally installed all the speakers with my coworker at the
Madison Square Garden?
Newark. That's no, we did Giant Stadium also.
Did you?
We did all the audio visual work there and all the fiber optic work.
That's actually
so
really cool.
On a big scale, like Giant Stadium and Red Bull Stadium, I did just about everything. Did the fiber on the concourse for the TVs. Did all the audio and the big speakers up in the rafters. Yeah, we actually dropped one and it sounded like an explosion went off.
Did you have to pay for it?
The cable
come out of your check?
Snapped.
No, it's not your fault then.
They restrung it with the wrong poundage cable. It was supposed to be 1,000-pound cable strength, and it was 200. Snapped, dropped.
Luckily, it didn't hit anybody.
Thank God. Thank God.
So that's a great question. And if you have any, Smelly, I love live audio. I don't do a lot of it as much right now because of COVID shut us down. We're starting to open back up in some ways. But again, I don't have to do a lot of that, fortunately, these days, like I did in the early days when you're carrying the PA system in. But I did get, John, my new Focusrite.
Yeah.
Look at that. 8 channels of goodness.
Congratulations.
My eyeballs, it won't focus. Hang on. I'm going to try to get it to focus, guys. Hang on. Do it. Do it. My eyes are out.
It's hard because it's shiny in the front.
I know. Anyway,
there you go.
On the bag, you got 8 channels back there, blah, blah, blah. Some goodness. So.
Nice.
I'm excited for that. We'll get the drums hooked up.
That's
we'll be able to test out mics. We'll be able to do some fun things with it. I'm really jacked about it. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it, but I've been messing around a little bit and excited what could happen with that.
Yeah.
So we'll have some fun talking about that. And you know what, Smelly? I may have to find you and maybe hook up your brain a little bit on some things as we go down the road. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And if we make mistakes, please correct us. Has life got to run? Time to record some new music. I'll catch you guys later. Look. Thank you for stepping in, saying hi. I love your channel. I love what you guys do.
He has to go.
And you has to go. Just thanks for stopping in, saying hi, give us a warm hug. And you know what? A very happy New Year to you and your family. On the other side, we'll catch you on there. So, Stuart, compliment me well if I only get one. I'm missing out on these comments. I apologize. You know what, Stuart? What are you talking about? Compliment me well if I only get one. Only get one.
Oh, that's fantastic, Stuart. Compliment him, Jeff.
Compliment me well if I... Okay, good.
Yes.
Stuart, you got this. You did great.
Good job, Stuart.
Stuart, you are the best ever at what you just did.
About what?
Okay. I missed the compliment, but I don't need it. Yeah, we're just talking about you and how hard you are with your lighting and how you get the max out of your
Well, now we gave him a compliment. That's good. People deserve it.
She's exhausting. Then you missed what I said about. Yeah, see the drummers, they give us that tempo. They are not the issue. The issue is always the guitar player in the band trying to play louder. Well, that is true, except sometimes drummers are pretty bad and their tempo's bad, and then the bass player starts punching on stage, the drummer. I've seen it happen. Never happened to me, but I've seen it happen. I like this. Look at that. Stuart, hello, moderator Prince. Like the little Prince hat. I guess now I got to do that for moderators that are really known. I got to go out there and get them their special little emoticon with their emoticon little crowns. I am not doing that. What do you say? Sammy, you have the 18i20 3rd gen, I think. So, it's cool. We'll test them out. Thanks for explaining that John is the problem. Look, we already know it. It's just once in a while, I think you should just be honest about it. There's no reason hiding it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't. Live audio is going down again. I don't know.
That's a cool way to say it's going down.
You think that's what he's saying? I am missing out on all the subtext of what people are saying. I don't think if he's saying it. Sammy, say things that an old person can understand, okay? And
it's going down, brother. It's going down.
I think that's what he means. I think I'm just booming myself into the next millennium.
I don't
know. Well, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll do a little drum thing here and there, and that'd be kind of fun. I thought I'd caught up, but I'm not. But we'll get there. Then we're gonna talk about your toys. Nice. Thank you. What y'all know about them GoPro Heroes? Well, we know a little bit. I know John has the 7 Black, right, John? And you prefer that over the 10, as I'm not understanding. You like them?
No, the 10's better.
You think the 10's better?
Yes, I know it is, yeah.
Maybe it was the 9 or 8 you were complaining about.
10. Yes, the 9 is what you want to skip. So if you see a good deal on that, skip it. Get yourself a 10. Don't get yourself an 8. And you got 2 picks. You go for a used 7 black, or you go for a brand new 10. And if it were me, within the last couple days, you could have picked up a 10 for a bit cheaper. I would get the 10. It's going to cost you more in the long run for it to have to do everything you want it to do, but in the end, it will be a better setup altogether.
So I was on Top Chat, not Live Chat. That explains some things, man. And I haven't done that in months.
It looked perfectly good to me, because so was I.
Well, you have bottlenecked me, John, from the get-go. We got to have a union meeting when we're done, because things are just not. We're gonna have to arbitrate. Was it not arbitration? It's we need one of those guys to come in that moderates, negotiates.
As far as I'm concerned, you didn't miss anything.
You're right. You're right where you need to be. Arkansas. Are you?
Exactly.
Are you getting one? Do you have one? What do you need it for? I'm just curious.
What do you want to use it for?
Yeah, I'm actually in the market for a GoPro type myself. I've been looking at some possibilities are a little cheaper, but I don't know. I keep leaning back to what John says about it. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, we're going to do the photo shoot. Don't worry about it. We're going to get all you moderators together, get your little crowns on, and do it upright. Yeah. You were fishing. We hit you. Okay. I mean, like live music is going back down, and New York CC, that's probably a problem with live and Top Chat. Yeah, it's coming back.
For how much longer?
I know. So I was asked to come back in New York starting in May and June, which shocked me because I thought we were done for the year. I was told we're not touring, we're not doing anything. And then they called and they're like, hey, we got a bunch of gigs out on New York City and Long Island from June to like October. I'm like, I'm out. There was nothing.
Months too.
Yeah, I was just not excited about going and doing it. So my friends did it. They did okay, got through it, but it was really a hassle. And now they're back to kind of making it weird again. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'd like to get back to playing more. But right now, this is my focus. So, Laquita, as a drummer, you're right. It's never the drummer. We're very stubborn. Our egos are very massive. We're very shielded by our own egos. Don't you worry about it. We knew you were on Top Chat. Well, why didn't you say anything? Because every time John is on Top Chat on his streams, Cashew, you always come and you say, are you on Top Chat?
That's rare.
I see this. No, she always comes and says, John, are you on Top Chat?
No, she says, yeah, she makes a comment if you're not in live Top Chat.
She tries to make it. She tries to soften it like a child, like, if you're not really comfortable with, Top Chat, you could always maybe move to live chat. See how that works out for you. Instead of yelling at you like I did. I don't know, Stuart. It's annoying.
I don't know either.
It's stupid. I can't stand it. And I've been really, really good about it. And then John sabotaged me in the intro. And then I got messed up. And now I'm all playing the blame game. Seems like you're always on Top Chat to us. No worries.
At least he's on top of something.
Smelly Turtle says it's been a crazy couple years. Luckily, there's job security in the military community. I've been busy this whole time. I count my blessings. I was gonna ask you too, Smelly, how you've been pulling out, being so involved in that venue industry. It's not easy. I know. I have a lot of friends who are LA and they're drummers in LA. Very good drummers, and I remember in like June, July, hearing how they were driving Ubers to make payments. Like it was just then. Mm-hmm. They were so desperate, and they're like, okay.
There was a lot of regular people that I knew doing that. Yeah, it was definitely the thing. And plus, like right now, a lot of people are just leaving their jobs. I mean, they're calling it like the big walkaway, but they're not. They're actually just fluctuating to different jobs.
Yeah, it's a push and pull.
People right now, it's all about people just leaving what they're unhappy with and finding something that they're happy with.
Right. And the data can't keep up with it yet. It'll start to figure out what really happened within the next year or so. Okay, so Arkansas says, I don't know much about them, GoPros. I spend a lot of time outside. You do. Seems like a lot of dough for what it is. I'm curious about them. Yeah, I'm looking at, I don't have it up on me right now, but I'm looking at a version of that. I could pull it up because it's up on the sheet in a second, I guess.
Can I give them a quick rundown?
Why don't I put you up so I can look up? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do your thing because I want to look something up for him as well. So, and here's John, everybody.
So what I would say Arkansas live in is the GoPro is great for the outdoors in sunny and a lot of light, because that's what it likes. Because the sensor is so small in that camera that it needs a lot of light to perform well. Of course, if you have it in too bright a light, it does the same thing as every camera, overexposes, but it likes a lot of light. It does a fantastic job with stability. That is the biggest asset to a GoPro. So if you're walking around, or you have it on an ATV, or you have it doing a lot of activities outside, that is going to give you one of the best pictures as far as stability wise. And a lot of times, even, and here's the thing, right? When we say you put a GoPro in 4K, it's not the equivalent 4K to, say, a Sony, a Sony camera like an A6400. When you have a smaller sensor, you're never going to have the 4K, say, of a full-size sensor or a crop sensor. But you'd have to say, if you take a look at some videos on YouTube, that the 4K, and you can get 5K plus out of a GoPro, looks darn good in the stability with the horizon leveling. And which that means is when you have a GoPro 10, it actually stabilizes the horizon and it makes it even look more stable while you're doing like extreme activities. So I love it for that matter. And I use a GoPro when I even just vlog, because I personally just feel that the picture is much more stable looking, and I could care less if it's a little bit less quality, because I'm enjoying the stability a lot more in my vlogging with a GoPro. So take a look at what people are doing. You can check out a really good channel called Camera Conspiracies, and he does a lot of stuff on vlogging and GoPros, and Jeff and I love him, and you should go check him out. He's super sarcastic and he's entertaining, but he also is knowledgeable about these cameras and shows a lot of video on the way the pictures look when you're using a GoPro and vlogging. So check that out. And that's just the small kind of update to what a GoPro is mostly about.
Yeah, and that's where, I'm still, like, this is still $299. Those are the DJI Osmo or whatever. Those are actually considered really good, but yet they're still $299. I think they're great cameras. The one I was kind of messing around with was that Akasa series. In the case of the EK7000, the Pro, you definitely want to go for the higher end of those, the highest end. I don't think this is the highest at the end, but it's close to it. At 122, but they're actually getting really good reviews. I don't have a problem with it, but you're spending probably close to 150. So it just gets back to those things that John talked about, how important they are to you. I personally am not going to care so much about stabilization, for example. So for a lot of people, if that matters, you might want to stick with like a GoPro. But if not, don't be afraid to check out a couple of other options like the Akasa family line. Check those out. Go on to Amazon and look for the Pro version. And I think that could be a good option for you, just to compare them. Come back if you have any questions. I mean,
it matters how deep your pockets are, and that's why I say if they're not that deep, then you can easily just pick up a second-hand GoPro 7 Black. And I bought a brand new one when they were $250, and it is very adequate for me. But if I was going to go and buy a brand new one today and I had as much money as I wanted, I would get the GoPro 10.
I think that's exactly where I haven't decided yet. It's a great argument, and I just don't know, because I could almost get two of those Akasos and line them up if I wanted them just for what I'm using them for. But you've made some great arguments, so I'm a little struggle with it. Rodrigo says the drummer argument reminds me of the drummers I played with being scolded by the band for following the bass player's lead rather than the other way around. It's true. Yeah, you don't want to. It happens. It's really funny. Yeah. So Sammy's talking. I saw back here, Sammy, you're talking about, you were hoping. I love where your heart is here, where you'd love to let people be able to play on your streams, make some money. Your heart's in the right place. I hope you can pull that off. Let us know if you can get. I think that's really great. Arkansas Living says, yeah, it makes sense. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm always anxious to hear if people go one way or the other on these things and why they did it. So if you do end up grabbing something, please let us know if you have more questions. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I always find that interesting too, because everybody has different reasons, and a lot of times we give opinions, we don't know every reason that they're wanting to use it for. So it's
yes. So
sometimes
I just read that out loud. Look at that one.
To the best of John's recollection, he bought his GoPro, but may have been his birthday. that could be true.
It could be true.
It's not.
It could be. It's like it could be true, but it's not. It's not really gonna work. But I think it's funny.
Not.
I don't know. I think you got a little hang up there. So, what did you buy yourself for Christmas? You said a slider, which I for the camera, right? So
no, I'm only kidding.
So you were lying? No, or are you just now you're doing that because you feel weird about it? What's going on?
I pull you guys all along. You have no idea what I do, but
you're
I just
such
said that
a
because
mystery.
I'm looking at sliders. I'm looking at sliders.
They're not cheap. I've looked at them too because I would love one, and they're
No.
just the good ones are not cheap, and the cheap ones really aren't worth it.
Right. So you have to come somewhere in between, and I narrowed it down to 2 of them. So I'll.
But
see
we've
where I
done
go.
we've done good. There is that one item that fits that spot. It's kind of how I feel about the Focusrite 18i20. There's the PreSonus 1824C, for example, that's in the same class, and a couple others. And they all have their pros and cons, and I did weigh that out. And then, of course, the next step, you're moving to 1,000. I'm not going to pay 1,000 for what I'm going to. It just, even when you compare this against the Claret, there isn't a huge bump, to be frank, especially because this 3rd generation added the air mode into it. And if anybody knows that air mode, which used to be the Claret, really is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it is nice. It gives
And air mode is okay. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. I mean, I just think that no matter what, this 3rd generation is better than the higher end ones from 3 years ago.
They are.
The technology blows it out of the water now.
Incredible what they've done on these things, just like the cameras in a short period of time. The 2nd gen really can't compete with even the latency of what's going on with this item, plus some other nice little nuggets that they put into it. I'm really happy. The focus control app looks amazing. I'm really excited to get into it.
I was just going to say, you can't even find a Motu M2. I mean, it just goes to show you, the people that know quality interfaces are buying the Motu M2s and M4s.
So
because for that money, they're fantastic.
I saw Steve Worthy had done this, and I did the same thing because I was curious. I can't find all my photos. I spent last year about this time, maybe November, I started getting serious about what is YouTube and what would it take to do YouTube, because I had no idea. And I was supposed to do some set webinars, and I was supposed to do streaming, and I really had no idea. And then we started in. That's when I got those first 2 little lights that really suck. And then I had my little webcams. And so I went back, and then when you were setting all that up, I don't know, everybody probably does this, you end up taking a ton of hours of footage of you and your background, trying to get your lighting right, your color balance, figuring out what works. I've got endless footage of me, and I don't like looking at me, but I've got endless footage of me in my mug trying to figure out these little webcams. And I look back, I couldn't. It feels like it's been 2 years. I thought it would feel like it's been 1 month, but for some reason it feels like a lifetime ago, not only a year.
I was going to say it feels like 5 years.
It's right? Okay, I'm not the only one.
A million years ago.
Is anybody else?
No, I feel the same.
Anybody else like
way.
that? Sammy, Laquita? I just cannot. I'm amazed at how weird it feels. But
because
that being
the thing is, just go look back at your live streams and go back and look at my videos from a year ago. And I did, right? Last week I showed a couple or whatever.
Sure.
And I'm in the dark. I'm like
literally
in the dark
and figuratively.
Sometimes.
Well, I'll give you an example. So let's take a quick pick at this dude here. This dude being me. And it's going to show my pictures. I'm going to stop and pause it and go back. It's kind of on a little deal here. So look at dark. This is actually on my 5100. So this is in March even. I look lost, don't I? I look like I don't know what I'm doing. And I couldn't get my 5100 to look good, work good. We were having all sorts of problems with it. But again, it wasn't even just that. Look at my light bulbs, were all those light bulbs with no shades on them. Remember that? I went and bought colored light bulbs at Home Depot, and I laid them on the ground behind the drums and everything, and that's how I got my colors. I didn't have any of these colored lights that I have now, and I was fine with that. It really helped me learn how light works and bounces, but man, my lighting is really bad then. But back in December of it's not a great photo, but I couldn't find one really quick tonight. This is actually me taking a photo. But look at the top. There's my jelly cam stuff, I think, going on there. Or is that yeah. Not really good. This is what you do, though. You take pictures upon pictures. Maybe you didn't do it, John. I took a ton of cameras trying to figure out what things were working, how they worked. And I just remember, this is my jelly cam. This is my webcam, my little $19 webcam, and my different angles, my yellow walls. Funny. This is in December of last year, actually, this one here. Actually, that's January of last year. And so I only have a couple more, but that's when I got my Dasneys up there. I'll hit chat in a minute, guys. Thank you. Still got the nice, awful color walls. Got my new Dasneys, that we love so much, that I still use, and I was so proud of them. And look at the top. Got the lighting, but I still got that little $19 webcam.
Right.
Because lighting is important, as Tracy Parks knows. Yep. It's more important, really. You can make, and they look great for what they were.
You can make do. This is, I mean, you're overexposed there, but the thing is,
oh yeah.
You have enough lighting.
This is a $19 HD cam, 2 a.m. Not happy with life, trying so desperately to get things to work.
People are probably saying right now that these don't look bad at all. They probably thinking, some of them are thinking it looks really good. So everything is always relative.
It's all relative.
I think it's right, but I think it's for us is, if you met us today, you think we'd be live streaming for 5 years. But if you look back over the course of 1 year and see the difference in us, but when people see our first live streams and stuff, they think they look really good, though.
Exactly. Hey, look, back then when I switched over I thought the webcams actually looked okay. This is a webcam, and now I'm overexposed, and I had to work on the software. I was just setting up practice. This is just a random
shot. The
shot.
picture looks good,
but not bad, right, for a $19 HD cam.
Right.
And this is all dark, and I screenshot this actually just quickly. But the room is dark. That was the 5100, which does not work well in low light. But we're improving, and then we get sort of what we get today with everything. And I thought,
what's up, Elo?
Yep, I saw Dr. Elo. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, that's no worry. I mean, it's incredible because
it's a big difference.
It's a big difference, and I thought it felt like years ago, and I want to say 12 months, but truth of it is, the improvement was actually the summer, 6 months ago, the main, where I really started, not even just having the tools, where I started understanding the tools.
Right.
But I've had fun with it. I never fought it. I never fought that that's what I had to work with. I went and bought 3 $19 jelly comb webcams on Amazon because that's all they had. I made multiple camera things on OBS. I learned how to use OBS, set up terrible lighting, and understood how things worked. And then I enjoyed the process. I wasn't in a hurry. I'm just it was good. It was fun.
That's what I wish more people did that were starting, though, Jeff. I think more people would slow down and take a look and look for their improvements. If 3 months have gone by and you haven't made any improvements in any area, then I don't know if you just want to be doing that or not. I feel like you should be wanting to make some improvements.
I felt fascinated with I had a little bit passion to understand, and maybe a little bit of my ignorance about YouTube at that point, and not a clear understanding was maybe my benefit, because I just didn't know. And I was just this is all very interesting. How does OBS work? How does this, what are these scenes? What is all this? And every day was just fun to kind of try something new. And of course you want to grow out of that at some point. And in April, I did enough, and I did live streaming pros, but 4 months it took to get comfortable to that point. I wasn't wearing glasses at that. Well, I was wearing glasses just when I worked down here alone without having to read. I'll take them off because, quite honestly, I hate wearing them, honestly. Arkansas Living says, I've been strapping my M50 camera bag to my rucksack. Ouch. I'm looking for a better way to hike, camp, fish, hunt, etc., and keep recording with less burden.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So, first of all, I'd like to know, has he gotten anywhere with his M50 in live streaming?
Good point.
Did he get where he wanted to get with that? And if not,
how's
like
it
I
working
said,
out?
when I say this, make sure you follow up on this, because the only reason JA and me say this is because we want to help you. Okay, so if you haven't found it or something's missing or you haven't gotten the work, reach out and ask.
Absolutely. Yep.
It will get that taken care of first. Second of all, that is the exact reason why I like the GoPro. It is simple. You push one button. You don't worry about focus and things. You set up some white balance if you can. When you learn to get things set up, you set them up, and then you get your best ability, but just taking a little stick with you and walking around. And the great thing is, if you've used your M50 doing that, you see how shaky the footage is, this is going to be a total big difference. Just take a look at the footage. Take a look at people's 1080p videos and 4K videos on YouTube, and just notice what you're going to get out of it and what the benefits are and what there aren't. So depending on what you'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be curious how that M50 is working out. Dr. Elo, how you doing, sir? How was your holidays? It's great to see you. I hope you were well. Merry Christmas to everyone. I know I haven't, but it's busy. I hope he's doing well.
Busy.
My intuition says he's doing well. He's been busy, and I'm glad. John is so mysterious. I'm telling you, he is a man of mystery. He's like...
it's kind of true.
Dr. Evil. Kind of. You know, that kind of thing.
It's kind of true, because...
I don't know why.
I don't think anybody knows what I'm thinking half of the time, so...
You don't even know. You don't
No, I don't.
No. So how are we supposed to know,
true,
right?
Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I can't even keep up with myself.
You are impossible to keep up with. I know this. So there's no way you could keep up with you if I can't keep up with you. That was weird. The webcam does not look bad. Thank you, Sammy. And
No.
I've seen other people pull that off. Again, we were bringing in Tracy Parks on that because she's a great example. But there are others. But like John says, there's so many people that have a decent webcam, but for whatever reason they don't know, or they just haven't went down that avenue of the lighting and understanding how just a little light can help that little sensor. It's a tiny little sensor, and it just needs
Very
help.
small.
And that's what the light does. It just really gives steroids to the aperture of those little sensors on those cameras. Boost them
I
up.
just want to say something to Arkansas Living and anybody else in here is really appreciate you coming in and asking some detailed questions like that.
Because I love the
feel
questions.
like a lot of people haven't taken advantage of some of the stuff that we can bring them to, and for you to ask those questions and come in here and answer and ask that stuff it makes me feel like I'm worthwhile sitting here. So I appreciate those types of questions, because I feel like on my streams and some of the streams we do, we should be getting more of them.
Yeah, I need a little question. Yeah, John's saying he just loves tech questions, and we do. That's why we're here, and we want to talk about that. So if anybody,
No, any questions? Any
Harvey
questions?
Black says, "Is there a cam that can attach to the big hat that Arkansas Living wears and bushwhacks in?" I'm sure there is, or there's got to be a way to take that GoPro and bring
There's
it.
an adapter that goes.
There has to be.
They make this.
Yeah.
Remember years ago, the guys used to put the GoPros on the helmets.
It's like the coal miner.
And so they
look.
never got a great perspective from that view. So they actually made this little thing with this little duck bill on it.
Yeah.
And they slide it right in underneath their underneath their chin strap, or right in somewhere like here. I can't remember. And it gives it like their perfect view nowadays that the motorcycle cross guys are using. He could take that thing and just they can clamp them right up onto the top of a hat or anything. It's amazing. You can put them everywhere. Suction
everywhere
cups.
now. Yeah, they've got so many accessories. So the answer is yep, absolutely can. Yeah. It's great.
I've used
great
suction
question.
cups.
Yeah, that works. They have some, especially audio improvements. For me, post-production has been the easier way out. My goal is still a clean way to record that will really save me time. And that's what we're going to do with the Wave XLRs. I've got mine, I think John too, dialed in enough where we want to be able to record when we're... Huh?
It's getting closer and closer.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's getting a point where pre-production on the audio, if you're using that, is right there. It's right there. You shouldn't have to do too much. So I can appreciate that.
I didn't tell you this, but the last two videos I didn't change anything in the audio except for bring it up a tiny bit or bring it down a tiny bit. So I made no adjustments with an EQ on the video.
Oh, okay.
So, which I usually do. So I just want to say.
You just don't want to overdo it, right? I think everybody thinks about EQ, and I just went through this with the video that I did last week, where if you really want, going through and really finding, those bad notes, and I found one. I got to do a live on that once to show how bad that transient was. It was causing such and how you can pull those notes out. But at the end of the day, you don't want to over EQ things for sure. And people just kind of push and pull like 10 hertz. It's like ridiculous. Jim says, I'm still ignorant with YouTube. I accidentally deleted all the uploads I did with my son's iPhone. That's a real bummer. They don't let you get those back. Man, that's rough. Every time I take down a test stream, I'm nervous that I'm taking something down I shouldn't. And I'll check it 5 times.
Check every time.
I do, because I'm like, well, what if I checked and didn't uncheck? And it's just for someone who overthinks.
Look at the picture,
oh my God,
and make sure it matches the title.
And I sit there and I wait, and then I look, and then one time I actually thought the way it was rendering the page that I had deleted like 5 videos, and I was in panic mode. It was just awful. Sammy says, when I watch a stream from 4 months ago, I see what I've changed and it looks so much better. That's the thing, right? I mean, it's nice to look at those changes and see that over time. And we have a perfect way of really milestoning ourselves with that, because we can see and hear ourselves with the videos, right? And I think it's a great way of doing it. And if you don't see huge change in 4 months and you think there should be, that's fine. But you do have that reference, so then you know what to work on if you want to push up your audio, push up your video.
Why is it
fine? It's because everybody's reasoning would be different than mine. If it's a money thing, maybe they got to wait. Maybe there's other things in their lives why they have to. So I guess I'm erring on the side of that they would want to do that if they could. But I hear you. You're saying if you're waiting and you can, don't wait. And I agree with John there too. Like if you want to pull the trigger and don't worry about it. But maybe you don't know the path. So then you should be here asking questions. And then we would okay, maybe the next thing for you is lighting, better camera, audio, whatever. Because it was a wide open thing, and I didn't want to
the information is at your fingertips. Because
that's true.
I'm just saying, I was in that same boat a year ago. Because you knew nothing, I knew nothing, so I don't know. I don't think there's any excuse at some point if you want to improve. The information is there for
look, if you want to improve and you have the resources to improve, and it's there, and there is no excuse, because it's just the information and the ability to do so is absolutely at your fingertips. There's no doubt about it.
Tracy Parks is a great example, okay? She has a $50 audio interface, $50. She has a $100 mic, and she has a $60 camera.
Right.
And she has some good lights. So
right, because it's not always a money thing.
Not a lot of money.
We've talked about this. I've had this discussion with somebody else. We forget how value knowledge is. Knowledge is worth so much money. So you don't always need money to turn your situation around. You can take an HD camera and some little lighting. If the knowledge, you can make that look like a $300 package. So it's, to John's point, there's no reason to wait. There's ways to fix and pull what you have now. I guarantee, almost whether it's a mic, audio that you hear. I don't care if it's a USB mic, a lav mic. It don't matter. There's probably ways that we could tweak you up without even any money.
Yeah, but we've done it, right? Because I've done a stream with an $18 mic and everybody thought it sounded great.
Yeah,
we've done streams
that's right. We
with
did. Yeah,
an M50 that was from 2019, and it looked great. So there's just, even if it's an angle, it could be an angle change. It could be a clamp light that you buy at Home Depot for $15 to give you better lighting. True. There's little tricks to everything if you want to figure them out.
People love my lighting with my lamps laying on the side behind things with the $3 light bulbs from Home Depot. It's just that it will probably over time isn't the safest thing because they're in the way. You step on them. But they work for months, like a half a year, and I loved it. It was a great, cheap. I went to Goodwill. You could buy $3 lamps. Boom, colors.
I remember after the live stream, you were like running up to the floor and just checking if anything was hot or anything, and I was laughing. And you're like, "Dude, does this look good?" I'm like, "Dude, it looks good."
I'm like, "It's on fire," and you're like, "What is it?" Yeah, it's my little $3 light bulb from Home Depot. I bought a purple, green, and a red, and I put them and I laid them on the side. And I checked it, make sure No, when I laid them down, I put something underneath so they wouldn't touch the bulb on anything. But man, they worked, and I was really happy with it.
When you get to a certain point, though, like when your camera looks good and your lighting is the way you want, but then you want a little change in the background, you were like working with shadows a little bit, right? And I was like, I watched videos with Gerald Undone and some of these other guys, and they'll go and put stuff in front of their lights to cast shadows to just get a different vibe in the room.
Now, I moved some stuff around here. I don't have many shadows. You can see one of my lights are actually going in and out. I had them go on the slow in and out tonight, pulsating, just to do something different. But I love my wall is plain. I don't have a lot hanging on there because I want acoustic panels. So my way of dealing with that was putting $35 pair of lights that John and I both have on the ground, putting a chair leg or something in front of them, like I have a symbol over there, I have things, and let the shadows be the art. And it's actually very effective, I think. And it saved me a lot of money and time until I get the studio done, which is supposed to be done over the holidays. So Arkansas said I got it to work. I haven't tried to stream with that Windows 7 laptop, though. I appreciate the help. It's not a problem with Windows 10, as Canon supports the webcam. Yeah, utility that simplifies things. That's true. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work with the 7. That's interesting.
But that sounds to me like he's using the webcam utility, which is not.
You should go with the HDMI.
He's not using a capture card.
Right. So I guess Arkansas, have you considered using an HDMI or a capture card that goes into the USB? So out of, a mini that comes out of your camera, it's going to go then into an HDMI card, and then that's going to go into a USB port. So that's going to be your capture card, and that's going to give you a higher resolution. And that might make the 7 not a problem because you wouldn't need that utility anymore. I think that's the way to go. I'm using a dummy one, just to give you an example. $19 I'm using, or $29. I said $19. That's not true.
No, cheap version, not a dummy.
Cheap version. So just on my webcam. Now, whatever. I don't even have this like tuned up, but whatever. You get the point. It's not auto. But look, it's my 5100, just thrown up there. And works great, and I've got it through an external,
$19.
A $19 little capture card. Let me show you. If I twerk this over, see that card? There's the Camlink version, right here. So that one's for my 6400, which is up here. That's my primary, and this one is actually.
Hi, Laura.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's stuck in my bay, and that goes to my 5100. That was the cheap one for like. $19. Oh my goodness. So get one of those, up your game on that, make your life a lot easier. You look better. You can get rid of that utility. Beard cam.
Beard cam.
Oh, wait. What's this? Your son wants to play guitar? And after 2 years of practice, he can play the guitar really badly. That's an old joke. That's an old joke. That's a good one. I like it. That's not that great. It was 85. Absolutely 85. You remember. Well, he probably knows that. It's probably because it's a bad Hertz to begin with. But the cajon was absolutely resonating. And I had to absolutely push the EQ on that Hertz all the way up in a spike. Find it on a what do you call it? Back and forth. There's a name for it. Help me out here. Sweep. I was sweeping for it. And I swept and found it, and it was just god-awful. I was able to take that out, drop it. And man, my vocals cleared right up, cleared out that mud. I did that on three different frequencies, find them on my voice. Really helped, and we should show how to do that because that can do as much as boosting EQ, because sometimes you're just pushing color on top of bad color. So we should talk about how easy it is to use EQ, sweep it, pull out those awful sounds really easy. Ready to go?
Yeah.
It's really pretty cool. Brian Paul, how you doing, Brian? I hope you guys had a happy holiday. Brian. Your family's doing well. We're going to be absolutely on January 1 in no time. It's crazy town. I don't stream often because of my rural internet service. I have to do web meetings. Yeah, I hear you, man. Internet issues are really a downer when you want to get.
So if bandwidth is an issue, then he could just use the webcam.
Then just use the webcam. Then you totally makes sense.
Makes sense.
See, that's the thing. You got to ask questions, right? Because you don't know. We don't know, and I really appreciate you telling us.
since he's streaming with the webcam utility, he actually streams at 536p, I think it is. So it is even a little bit lower than 720. But the fact is that it still looks way better than any webcam you can get because he's using the Canon M50. So there you go. That's good.
Jim says he only clicked one video and they were all gone. Look, anything can glitch out. I lost a whole video that I worked on for 4 months or a month last week. The glitch gods do exist. I don't know what to tell you. That is horrible, my friend. I feel for you. I don't even know what to say to help you feel better about that. Rodrigo says, I try to compensate now about the EQ, some of the Christmas loss with EQ bass boost in post-production, but not a lot though. Yeah. That's fine. I agree. I always push just that little bit. I don't know. I mean, anything below 50 is really almost not worth it. But, you're just trying to get that low end that you can hear and just round that tail out a little bit to fill that space up, give it a little body. And it's amazing how just a little bit really matters.
Yeah.
Where people get mixed up into the EQ is they don't flatten that. They don't really make that frequency grab a lot of frequency. So they're just trying to spike too closely to one frequency. You really want to round that out a lot of times. It depends on what you want to do, but in that case,
it depends the mic too.
It depends the mic too. Yeah. What is this? Darlene. Oh, update. I know Monday she was meeting about having a CT scan. That would have been yesterday. CT on the head and neck went fine, came back normal. Now we will have to wear heart monitors, see if my problem is my heart. Well, we are with you and we are hugging you. And we're glad to know we got that one step through and that you made that. And also it was snowing yesterday a little bit here, so I hope your travels weren't too bad. It's getting worse now, but it's supposed to get some snowstorms this week.
What's her symptoms?
I don't know. I don't know if she said. Darlene, if you want to share, that's up to you.
I understand.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that some good news came back because good. Not any bad news.
Hey, it's step one, and we're just happy to hear that. And I'm glad you're here to update us. It means a lot to us. So, big hugs for Darlene, everybody.
I've had to wear one of those heart monitors. They got those things all over, and you got to sleep with it. It's not fun.
It's not. Laquita and Corey, sometimes I'll put an iron out of the... someday I'll pull an iron out of the fire and get my life together with sound, assets, and etc. I wish we could all find enough time to do all the there are a lot of balls to juggle in YouTube. I don't know if anybody's noticed between YouTube analytics and understanding YouTube and the StreamYard and the vMix and the overlays and the audio and the video and networking. There's a couple things you have to do. It is really, really hard. And then, I had this issue. I was really good yesterday. And then today I'm like, man, I just feel like I'm not keeping up. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not keeping up with who? It was that discussion, right? We're like, what are you talking in my head? Being aware that you should not be in competition, but you just go, God, there's just not enough time to be everything. And you got to really just stay in your path, but it overwhelms you. I'm an overthinker. John has called me out on being an overthinker, rightfully so. I have called myself out. It's something that I work on a lot. I'm working hard now. I'm listening to a lot of Alan Watts, working on that. If you haven't listened to Alan Watts. Hey, anybody here ever heard of Wim Hof by chance? It's called the Iceman. He's broken a lot of records for being submerged in ice water and uses that as a meditative state. Along with his breathing. I'm just curious if anybody's done the cold shower William Hof thing.
I've heard that. Okay. I was just going to say, our friend Martin from UK, Calm Anxiety.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember, but exactly.
I know who he is, but yeah.
Yeah. Calming Anxiety, Martin.
That's it.
He basically just was talking about the ice baths he's been doing and the same thought process too. So there are people using them for that. Yeah,
it's huge.
But I get it though.
So Wim Hof has a free app. I got the app. I have a friend who does it, and I'm like, I want to get into this with my anxiety, but not even that. It's really for getting out of your mind. Stop overthinking the ideas that with the breathing that he does, and then the cold showers or immersions. Snaps you out of thinking. Right. It does, because I got in a cold shower for my first 30-day trial in the shower yesterday. There was nothing I could think about other than I'm going to die. Because that was all I could think about was I'm going to die. Oh my God, I'm going to die. I can't wait to be done with this shower. And that was all I could think about. So all my thoughts about overthinking about YouTube were gone. But I will say, I'm in day 2 and the shower was not any easier yet. It takes a while, like a week. But I've seen some.
But you're clean. You're really clean.
I'm saving on water, brother, because I'm only in the shower for 15 seconds. So I'm like, hey, we're going to save a ton of money on showers. I've just cut it down from like 20 minutes to
prepping before you jump in. You're like, the soap is right there. My washcloth's there.
Oh, laugh at me. Laugh at me. It's true. I'm like, not only that, where's my bathrobe? Where's the towel, bathrobe, soap? And when I get in, it's going to be, I got to be able to just, right? Like I have a stream deck in the shower. And
that's awesome.
So I'm in there, I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm out, and I'm like, that was kind of miserable. But every time I'm done, within 5 seconds, I feel amazing. And so I'm going to keep up with it. I'm journaling for 30 days on it. I'll let you know how that goes. Behind. Brian says knowledge is power. And Brian, it is power. Knowledge is power on a lot of this stuff. Brian is Superman, and he'll hate me for saying that, but he knows so much, and we're going to drag it out of that brain of his and put it in.
People say that like it's so easy, but
hey, Laura.
It's
How you doing? Nice to see
powerful.
you. Laura Williams is here to say hi and give us her energy. I appreciate that. Yeah, you were right. So you can use the capture card. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But thanks for answering the question, because it'll help somebody else potentially that doesn't have that information going back and forth. I appreciate that. Jim wants to know, would a capture card improve the audio and video of my Logitech C27? Sadly, no, it won't. I would have asked the same question too at one point, because I think I have, but no, it won't, unfortunately. And the C27,
you have he has a USB Logitech camera, and so a capture card is basically used for a mirrorless camera or a DSLR. So
that's true.
No, that wouldn't change anything.
Paul is here, and he's got a shield that I've never seen before on his avatar. I feel like he's going on a Spartacus on me.
Week.
Did he? Audience?
And and I won't make a mistake again, by the way.
Jeff, it was cheap. It was $1,900. I know. Jeff, it was $1,900. You know, my threshold is a bit out of the ordinary. He's talking about the $1,900 capture card that I priced out on accident earlier. I said $1,900, not $19, and I corrected myself.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Okay. I was going to be like, what? There's a $1,900 capture card?
I want to know about that capture card. There is.
No, I don't want to know.
Well, I kind of want to know. Thank you guys always for hitting the like. I appreciate it. Just thank you for being here. It means the world, and everybody says it, but look, I'm just happy. Dizzy. Okay, so you're dizzy and lightheaded? I get it. Yeah. So that would be the natural thing to do that, then check oxygen and all that until we can figure it out. Yep.
Have you had a syncope at all, Darlene? Have you ever passed out? They call it a syncope. And what they'll do is usually the first thing they'll do for dizzy and lightheadedness is they'll usually throw that heart monitor on first before CT scanning anything. But it's also relative to any stuff that you're taking or any conditions that you have beforehand. Well, but I've been through it because they thought I passed out on my motorcycle, but really I got lightheaded because of dehydration from sweating for 8 hours in 93-degree weather. And then also I ate within a half an hour, and the digestion factor of the food and the bit of dehydration caused me to almost pass out.
That's scary. My sister had those symptoms too. And then it turned out to be that she needed like a CPAP or one of those little machines at night to sleep. And then she was amazing. Like her energy was crazy. She was sleeping. So that was the best thing she ever did. So keep us up to date.
That might be the next test that she might be doing.
Right, might be.
Yeah.
But we're there with you. Okay, we're here for you. Steve, I overthink and overanalyze everything. It's a problem for me. I know it. I recognize it. I have tools that I'm working on. And Steve, if you have tools or you have tricks, always lay them out, because that's something that I really, really love and I want to keep pushing into on my channel. So, and Stuart says, Wim Hof and cold therapy is a blessing. It really is. I've really gone down that rabbit hole for a while now to check it out. And while science sometimes is like, maybe, maybe not, the anecdotal evidence is really quite impressive. Yeah. So, yeah, Wim Hof. Well, Stuart, I knew what you meant. It's all good. Thank you. Gosh, she's like, I'm gonna fix this. Fix it right now. Well, Brian, do you take cold showers, Brian? I mean,
Do you take showers, Brian?
Yeah. Yes, that man has some sad story behind his feet. Maybe his feature. And I'm not fond of cold showers no matter what. Yeah. So he actually started going through it because he lost his wife and he was really depressed and he went through that.
Feet.
And
his feet, you're talking about him. You said he was breaking records.
He was. So he started doing this. And then over time, he's been so good at it. He could stay underwater like crazy time, swim under ice. He ran a marathon on ice. I mean, it's with barefoot, just nuts stuff. They call him the Iceman because of the way he could just manage all that. But the way it is incredible what it can do for inflammation. So for bodies and aches, I've had that back injury, and already after a couple of days, it's helped me. And oddly, the breathing on top of it that he does, there's a cycle that he goes through. I'm already finding in my stretches like I can get way deeper in 2 days than I have been for a long time. So these are some interesting things. Maybe it's my mind. Maybe it's placebo. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing it.
You ever done Pnf stretching?
Say what? You
ever done Pnf stretching?
Oh, I don't know Pnf. What is that?
Like Neuro Pros. I used to know. I used to know a lot of stuff.
I don't know.
So it's basically where you stretch pretty far and then you ease back for a couple seconds and then you push forward a little more. So it's like the proprioceptors, the nerve proprioceptors get overwhelmed and they don't know when to stop. So it lets you go far enough. But if you go too far, of course, you'll tear a muscle. But
that's true. I learned how to stretch when in my 20s in Taekwondo I took, and I had never stretched much except for some sports stuff. But they're serious about it there.
Okay.
And they did that, but I didn't know it was called that. But don't want to go too far.
Right.
But there's an amazing weird thing that happens, as John is explaining, that if you just come up a little bit, kind of relax, you can immediately go
neuroproprioceptor stretch.
Oh, big words. Stop with the big words. You're going to hurt yourself.
Flexibility or something.
You should have stuck with PNF. Let me tell you about the magic of hot showers. Yeah, I know. You don't do the cold showers. Danielle says,
I used to have a back injury. Yep.
I wanted to try the cold showers because of the health benefits, but I can never. Okay. Let me just tell you this, though. And Wim talks about this. If you're not all about turning on the cold and jumping in, which is really hard for a lot of people, literally take your warm shower and then just keep adjusting as cold as you can, and you'll get used to it, and you'll still get the same benefit.
Yeah.
But don't crank the hot when you're done, though.
The cold showers.
Your wife really wanted an answer there because it was important to her, and you had to bring George Costanza. That was her question. That's the thing with John. You don't know if he's serious or not. Meditating is something that never worked for me. I don't get the feeling you've ever meditated, John, much.
I'm meditating right now.
Okay. Ignoring me is not the same thing as meditating, but if that's the John Ryan method of meditating, bammo, we'll get that on audiobooks. I'd rather let my mind exhaust all coming thoughts than bottle them up during that's not really what meditation is, but they wait for me outside anyway. The whole point of meditation is to find a way to get out. So I'm not great at meditating. I can't, my mind, I don't sit still. I do the whole Eckhart Tolle thing where, the Power Now, where I just learn to sit and lay down and relax, and I can't meditate. It's kind of meditation, but you just vision your mind coming outside of your thoughts and observing them without judgment. You can do that pretty quick. And once you do that, that's a really good way of dealing with a lot of anxiety in your life and kind of getting through.
So triggers. I am the same as you, whereas I would have a hard time meditating too.
Can't do it.
I don't think I'd be good at it, but what I'm really good at is focusing. I could focus my energy and I can go through repetitions in my head and I could execute after like intense focusing, and I can execute at a high level.
Yeah, you've got that. And I can too. My problem is I can do that once I'm focused.
But it's not the same as meditating.
It's not.
Being
focused.
Not even the same thing.
No, I mean it could be a meditative state if you want to lay the definitions maybe together, but it's not the same thing. But
right.
I'm not meditating, sitting in a position, and I for whatever it's not comfortable. I can lay down and do that a lot better. I like the William Hoff method of what he's doing a little bit better with just that aggressive breathing to a point of being a little bit dizzy and then charging up and then going through another cycle. There's something to that that really gets you in that, out of that alkaline state. So it's actually really interesting. And this is a great comment. Yeah, this is exactly true. What he wants you to do is if you can conquer the cold and focus on that. A lot of people say I've been able to conquer something so icky with the cold that they've really learned to understand that life is like that. John's like that. I got a problem. I got an obstacle. I'm not going to sit here and analyze the death. I'm jumping in the water. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to deal with it. And that's really what that's about. Get in that shower. If you analyze the shower, you won't get into it. If you think about how cold and painful that pain's going to be, you're not going to get into it. Yeah. And this is where John's like, hey, if you want to stream, man, and that's really what you want to do, you don't think. Get into it, man. Plan and get into it. And I have a hard time with that. I overplan. It's been my downside, and I'm working on it, best I can.
So these kinds of things that we're talking about the breathing and the cold showers, I mean, these are stuff that I've been following since the 90s.
Yeah.
So like when I used to watch one of the highest end Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters in the world ever to walk this earth, is Rickson Gracie, and these are the kinds of breathing meditations that he would go through, and he would actually go into the rivers when they were very cold and sit in them, and this has been known, since the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, Wim Hof,
it's just not mainstream.
Wim Hof gives all that credence. Like he's like it's not new. Yeah, he's like it's not new. This is like from way back when, these teachings. But he's just bringing it out, like you say. He's just trying to get people in today's crazy world to have another option besides just going down that same old train of experts trying to sell you to a dead end all the time, which it feels like a dead end. He's so good.
Eastern medicine.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Thousands of years ahead of us.
And what I like about so far about William Hoff is how so much he just gives it away. Now he monetizes on the butt end of it, but he gives enough away that you don't have to buy anything. If you really want to deep dive, you can, but it doesn't tease you without anything. Like you can get a lot. So, I mean, Vinny, I'm going to put it up there because I just feel like, Vinny, you should stick with the hot showers. I agree. Stick with the hot showers. Darling, I deal with
the hot showers. Yeah. Problems.
I deal with a little bit of vertigo with fluid in my ears. I've had that problem since I was a kid. And that's what's caused. Like, by the way, if you have vertigo or any inner ear problems, like I had as a child forever and had the tubes and all the nonsense, I still to this day have problems. Vertigo actually causes anxiety attacks because it mimics feeling uneasy, like you're going to fall, like you got other problems health wise. So vertigo just does create so many other anxiety problems, and it's misdiagnosed quite a bit. So, it might be vertigo. I've dealt with it my whole life on some level, maybe not that bad, but my heart's with you. As for breathing, they say breathing.
People don't realize that inner ear problems is much more involved with everything you do day to day than anyone would imagine. I'm talking about even self-awareness of where you are in motion. Like there's a lot involved with inner ear that people don't know is connected to many other things.
I've learned that over time in my research of anxiety and what happened in my what I'm dealing with. It causes depression. It really throws you. The more you're aware of it. But I went through all those health tests when things started unraveling. I wasn't sure because I didn't know. So I had the EKGs. I did everything because I didn't know. And fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to. But I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that for other people who might be dealing with a little bit of that, that can absolutely be a trigger. No, you don't. You don't want to know anything about his method. It's not going to help you. Stay out of that. So Jim takes cold showers. So Brian says at my house, the hot water will run out eventually and I get the benefits of a cold shower. So it's a feature. It's an augmented thing for your house. I can appreciate that. Yeah.
If you don't pay the bills, that's another way to take a cold shower.
Daniel, go to your app store. Now I'm on Android. Download the free Wim Hof app, and then he goes through his quick things, but then do the 30-day cold shower what challenge?
That's cool.
It's free, and just grab it, do it. I'd be curious. I'm on day 2. I could always use, that's weird, a Stream Buddy, but that's kind of weird now for showers. So just, let me know how it goes.
So Jeff needs a shower buddy?
I didn't say that.
Jeff just asked my wife to be his
I did not
buddy.
say that. I refused to.
You guys all saw it here on the live stream.
You're putting words in my mouth. Oh my God, Your Honor.
Really weird.
They're booing you.
It's really weird.
No, they're booing you. That is so funny. Yeah, I like that. Arkansas. I could just hear him. Ain't never tried no meditation. I go on hikes. Well, hiking is meditation, though, really. In a very cool way. Find a spot to sit and read. Man, that's the problem. Like, nature is like, we would give ourselves time to go sit on a bench. If we can go, 20 minutes can just do wonders. We're not kind to ourselves. We just don't give ourselves time.
That this year.
You mentioned it. I ran a lot, but it's not as I do try. Like, I don't run with music anymore. I try to at least take in what's happening around me. I try to walk the dog more. I mean that's the beautiful nature way, organic way of doing it, Arkansas. If we could just do that, bottle that up, and stop selling that as a pill, that would be great. But unfortunately, that's almost a luxury for some reason to some people. I don't know why. Is a pill easier? I don't know. And I've done pills, so it's like you do whatever you got to do. The secret to meditation is to give your mind grace of getting straight. It is. It's all about breaking the cycle of rumination. Nick, what's up? That dude has more S's and P's than anybody on the internet. You're going to run out of them.
He tries to add one each week.
He does. It's the longest one I've ever seen. Got the longest.
That is.
That is. My water. Okay. So Steve says that's my main issue. Anxiety. It can really get the best of me. I hear you. And then, you own your own business, YouTubers. We all deal with it for some reason. Some's health, some's performance. It all creeps into your life. We got some level of anxiety. Some's got a lot of anxiety. Some people have just a little. Some are triggered. Some are dealing with 24/7. It's not a one.
I was talking about this today, though.
Were you?
It's probably worse off that it's ever been for a lot of people.
Oh.
Just because, we were talking. We have a nurse friend that came over, and she's friends with us, and she was talking about what's going on, and the hospitals for the last couple of years, and my wife's a teacher, and what goes on there, and then I work close to the city, so I basically, let's just take everything away, and I just take away the stressful work situations. I rarely have been seeing people smile at my job for like a year.
They don't say hi. They're really introverted.
The laughter.
Yeah. Almost like they're afraid to laugh.
I mean, no one's pissed off. Or
No.
Like where some people are,
Do you think it's forced people to be a little introverted, though? I feel like people don't express they used to. Or they do it in mad ways, anger ways.
When people are passing away, and people are sick, and people aren't coming back, or people lost their jobs, or people are very stressed out.
It's the unknown too.
Listen, I am a super fun person at work. I say hi to everybody. I've had several people in the last 2 months come up to me and ask me, is everything okay? And it's like, it's just, what am I going to tell them? I've been up all night YouTubing. So it's like, I'm exhausted, but it's like, I just feel bad because I can't wait until the day when everybody is back to norm and has a smile, tell a joke, have some fun, and get back to it.
Some levity, some ability to laugh at ourselves and not take everything so seriously. It's everybody's so raw right now for all the right reasons you mentioned. And then really the unknown. Like, we have so many unknowns, and people get tired of unknowns afterward. Just tell me what we can do. Let's get it. Show me the finish line.
Tired of everything.
Let's move on.
It's just exhausting.
Yeah, it's one of the just greatest nonsense things in the world.
This is like a nice escape, like getting on here and just talking the bull and having some fun. And this is a nice way for people to jump in and just
and tonight
chill.
was kind of a lose. I'm gonna pop up a question here in a second because I'm anxious to hear what everybody says. So don't leave yet.
Okay.
Jim says, you're gonna stay anyway. My wife is an ENT nurse. I'm not gonna try to say it. I have some knowledge of ENT problems. Yeah, I mean, ENT just really can take you over. It's a really or understated kind of problem that you can deal with. It's kind of Brian. No, I didn't say that. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not going to get labeled with that. I'm not going to do it. Sonny says, I recently learned time for yourself isn't being by yourself. Time for yourself isn't being by yourself. Yeah, you can.
Not necessarily.
It's true. I mean,
it's what makes you happy.
Yeah, what gives you peace, what makes your mind stop.
We always talk about this. Yeah, we've said this over and over too. It's the energy, like the energy that we have in our live streams compared to the energy we had 6 months ago, compared to the people you surround yourself with. All that is really important. So you don't have to be by yourself. I understand this comment. And so it's just, as long as the energy is good and you're gaining something and feeling good about the people you're surrounding. Yeah, I agree. So
I try not to use, Cashew says, I try not to use very many S's apiece because I want to say that you're so sweet. Nick needs every one of them because that guy's going to run out any day now. So that was nice of you. Yeah. And Roxanne, who has a really great sense of this, says meditation is not an action, but a state of being. When you allow yourself to be in a receptive mode, observing and contemplative, and just void of judgment. And that's really the result. And that's when you can really just kind of let go. It's when you just really achieve a lot of peace at that moment. And it's really not easy, especially in today's world, to do it. But I think you just try everything you can. And people may go, well, a cold shower seems like, yeah, but it does work. I for 2 days it's worked so far. I'll tell you in 29 days, but anything to break the cycle. It isn't just that. I do the breathing for 15 minutes and I do that. And then hopefully I try to eat right. And maybe try to run if it's not 20 below. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying my best.
You know what's crazy? Like you said, to do the breathing for 15 minutes. And it used to be like when you'd go back 20 years ago, they were like, oh, you got to do cardio 45 minutes.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, if you can get like a half an hour in twice a week or 3 times. Now they'll basically tell you, and this is how much it's come full circle. If you can get 15 minutes in 3 times a week, you can up your cardio conditioning. And that's what the type of stuff that I've known for years. But people always think that, like, it's the same factor we were talking months ago about how it was fat, right? Oh, fat has to be out of your diet, fat. And then you go to the doctors nowadays, you got to cut your carbohydrates.
Right.
It's like, what happened to the fats?
What happened to the fats? You stop lying to me.
All that fats were so bad.
All that is true. I mean, right now, the benefit you get for walking 20 minutes 3 times a week is really good.
Yes.
You run 15, 20 minutes. I keep my runs in that 20 to 30, depending what I feel, but I don't go past 30 anymore because the benefits I receive are not enough. There are other things, just if you read it, I'm not going to bore everybody with it. You hit it on the head. There's a lot of bad information out there and it's causing people to work hard. And the reason that they do that is because they want you to buy stuff, sadly, buy books, go buy hour and a half long things, or buy gym memberships where you got to be there every day to make the $100 a day cost make sense. All that stuff. So you have to be really careful. I mean, I'm not knocking the gym. I'm
75% of the people overtrain anyway. So
that is a problem. Yep. When you run out of options at work or just income sources, it's when many problems. It's absolutely true. Those are huge triggers. Some of the biggest ones. Let me drop a question here real quick. Let's see. Which one do I want? Well, you know what? We're on this subject. So let's go ahead and flip this over. I'm going to try something new tonight. That's not what I wanted to do. So we're going to do that. And we'll try to pop up a question here and we'll get rid of that real quick. Pardon me. I'm working on some things. All right. So question. So we're talking about overthinking. Chat, John, whoever, best describes your project planning state. But it could be any project in life if you're not a YouTuber. But let's just, if you're a YouTuber, are you an overthinker? Do you feel like you think too little? I don't know what the result would be other than maybe not doing anything either, but for a different reason, because overthinking makes me not do anything. Or do you feel like you're just right? I think John's probably just right, guys. And then could be depends. Could be it depends, maybe yes, maybe it depends on the situation. So drop down what you are.
That's a hard answer.
It is a hard answer. I hear you.
Because I think that probably the correct thing is overthinker, but I force myself to just do what I got to do. And because here's the thing, I think if I had more time to spend on things, I would let the overthinker thing also kind of saturate a little bit. But because I know I need results, I force myself to have to do what I have to do. And so, but I think overall, probably an overthinker.
You think you're not, you are not, are you, I would never call you an overthinker. No. Really? Danielle?
I think too much about things.
Danielle, Help me out. Do you really?
I don't know.
You act too much on what you say for me to believe that, unless you've got so many things you're not acting on that I don't know that.
I think that all the thoughts go through my head.
That's insane.
A lot. And then I just have to do what I have to do. So I don't sit there and stew over it. I don't waste the time, but there's so much going on, and I just know what I need to do to get what I need to get done.
Well, I don't let it
paralyze me in any way.
That's a good way of altering the question, because it becomes, I'm an overthinker, but it doesn't stop me. I should have maybe said that different. Does overthinking keep you from doing a project? Now I'm overthinking the overthinking question.
Remember a couple months ago, I was telling you that I couldn't even start a video because I felt like if I started the video, I had to finish it that day.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that, so
a lot of people feel that way.
What is that then, right? That has to be a somewhat of an overthinker, because I don't, in that instance, or is it just like, I don't know what it is. But at
that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know if way to look at it.
It isn't, but maybe it is overthinking. I guess we have to know what the cause of your reasoning was. Was it because I
don't know what it is either.
Because if I sat there and went, I got to do it because, and I've done it, same thing, John. I got to do it because everything's got to be in sync. And if I don't do it, it's going to be hard to put the editing together. Maybe I've got the wrong clothes on. I shot it 2 days in a row, or there's no continuity issue. There's continuity issues.
I could record everything in one day. Why can't I just record it and then walk away? Why? Well, I can't even do that.
Good point.
So that's. So
well,
what
I don't
I'm
know.
saying is,
I don't know.
There's no reason I just can't record it all in one day and then walk away and do the rest another day.
That's a good point. I don't know. That's
things are going to change. Trust me. I already know where it's going to be like. There's going to be a lot of more videos coming out this next year. So
I hate jumping over. There's a lot of great comments here. Well, Rodrigo says, "Hey Jeff, you can't see it because if I got it, I'll put it up there. It'll drop there." Hey Jeff, you could add impulsive maybe along with too little thinking. That's a great. Yeah, I wasn't really sure, and I kind of rushed this tonight. That's a good. I'll remember that. I've been impulsive. Yes, YOLO mode more than once, and that was a huge mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that happens.
Yeah. That's a good.
But
that's a good take on that.
That once in a while too. So.
John's right. I like this comment here, but John's right. The development of community and the importance you both place on interaction with the chat makes this an enjoyable gateway. Yeah, getaway. It is always a dance. And I know I've been behind since start because of the calamity. I apologize. I've not been too far behind. But, John and I always debate that. But we always said, let's side on making sure our chat is in the mix, because that's the show. And sometimes you have to kind of end what you were going to think, not do what you set up for days. And that's okay. It's not a sacrifice, because if chat is really invested and they want to have a discussion, I'm into it. We usually start out with a topic, we kind of do our demo, and then we start sliding in a little bit more open air possibilities at that point and kind of see how it plays out. If any of you feel that way, that it is a getaway and that we do allow you to have interaction appropriately, let me know, because it matters a lot. And it'll matter as I go into 2022 how I decide to do my stream here and my solo streams. And John probably wants to know as well. Yes, this is the biggest thing I did take away too from years of this now is you're not obliged to sit in that lotus position. For some reason, it makes me anxious, and it's probably just
I never believed that anyway.
The way I'm built. No, it looks good. You can go on hiking, dancing, play music, watch nature, simply zone out. I mean, I've gotten in a meditative state just tapping out rudiments on a drum pad. It's just whatever you can do to get that where you're not thinking, you're kind of in a suspension.
People get in a meditative state running.
Absolutely. You get that that's called runner's high, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. Brian's an overthinker. My gym membership is paying my taxes. Yeah. I get that. I saw Rob Allen somewhere in here. He's hiding in a box.
Oh, hey, Dr. Rob.
There he is. He's lurking in the box. I love it. Rob, how you doing? You're a sweet man. I'm really glad you're here to say hi. I think your cat is very cute. Let us know if it has a name. I overthink, Rodrigo says, while I start. So I do start, but I do wonder what will happen. I can't just think of doing when I can just do. I don't know. It's a rough deal. It's kept me from doing a lot of things in my life I wanted to do, and I justified because I was always on the road. and went, I'm busy. That was an excuse. I could have started many projects and done many things. And first thing is for me to admit I have a problem. And the next one is just to continually talk about it, work on it, and try to improve, just like our YouTube. It's all part of it. Aaron is a bit tiny of an overthinker, I think. Aaron, you and I are going to start a little club. We're going to sit around in chairs and admit we're an overthinker. That's okay. Vin says too little thinking. I already know that, Vin. Start with the foundation and let the project evolve. All right. So when Vinny builds a porch, he does it 3 times. I'm just kidding, Vinny. Depends on the part I'm overthinking. Oh, no. That kind of hurt me a little bit. Well, I mean, wardrobe functions happen. I'm not going to worry about it. You can't worry about it. Oh, wow. Arkansas says I have a whole pile of vids I never put out because I didn't want to piece them together. How do you feel about that? I mean, do you feel regret? Do you think there'll come a time when you might want to revisit them? Is that ever a thought? Just to say, hey.
I mean, they're always there.
They're there. I mean, if you revisit them and put out a few, you might feel like, oh, I'm in the mode now. It's the shower thing. If you think about the cold shower, we're not going to get in. I'm really trying to reset my mind. So you might hear me repeat that mantra a little bit here in the coming months. I apologize. But I'm speaking to myself. I need to cold shower my life. I need to get in and do it. And
if you're gonna, I don't know.
Oh, what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
I mean, I think that, you can be an overthinker and then you never get anything done. And then when you look back, you just overthought everything and then wish you did. And
yeah, that's the regret of overthinking. That's what I'm saying. That's why we don't want to overthink. That's what I'm saying. I want to live my life as a non-overthinker and treat the world and my projects more of jumping into the cold water of an editing or cold water of a shooting B-roll, and not allowing myself then to have these thoughts that will just keep me from doing it. Justifications, irrational anxieties.
But the thoughts are what? The thoughts are, and here's the thing. I think you could be resistant to trying something for one reason or another, but I think when it becomes the person, you don't do it because you're always worried about being judged, then you're never going to do anything because, trust me, being on YouTube, you're going to get judged sooner or later. So you might as well just throw in the towel at this point. You're going to be judged.
It's not always about judgment, though. There are other reasons besides judgment. You'll overthink things. I'll do it.
Well, I agree, but I think it's the biggest reason.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right there. I mean, I would imagine some comparative analysis or a lot of it, overthinking really is an overthinking, not of the project itself, John. It's life. Oh, I should really be doing this. I should be running. I'm overwhelmed. I should pay my bills. And so I'm an overthinker of life. Yes. And now I'm so overwhelmed with that. The thought of me shooting B-roll for that thing and setting up the camera right now is exhausting me. I'm going to go hide under the covers. So it can be
I've done it. I've done that.
Yeah, everybody has to a point, and some people are in it more than others. You can't pull out of it. I struggle with it. I'm getting better. And so I like that people freely talk about it because it makes us all feel a little calmer about it. But yeah, I appreciate that, and all good points. Yeah, I think you're just hitting on what we're saying here. There's a difference between being analytical and taking time and being an overthinker. Overthinkers just wonder, what if it doesn't work? That's part of it. That's what John was laying into, and I'm taking a step further, saying sometimes overthinking is just everything. I got kids, they're doing this. I got to take them to school. I'm justifying all these reasonings for not doing something.
All it takes is going to watch D. Nimmin or going to watch all the people who talk about this all the time. And so if you want to be the person that just puts off everything because you're so worried about everything, then maybe YouTube's just not for you.
Right. It's true.
And so you have to think about what fits you.
Or you've got
your energy.
Or if you have a passion for it and that's a problem, then it is something you seriously have to work at and make that a priority. Right. And it's like learning how to edit before maybe you can make your video. Maybe you got to learn how to edit your life a little bit before you actually start to do the project. I got the passion, I got some of the know-how, but I got to really get this figured out. And maybe that was what I was dealing with early on. I'm not sure. Roxanne.
You're making huge steps, though. You're making huge
right.
Like,
but I want to
say what you want. You're hard on yourself, but you're making huge steps.
I appreciate that. and there are steps, right? Because my steps for 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago were a lot more smaller. They were a little bit less emphatic about getting things done because I had all these things and thoughts, and I was overwhelmed, and I made, I don't want to say excuses, but I was like, oh my God, and it can paralyze you for a second, especially people with anxiety. And to the point, I am making progress, and that's all we can do, right? And that's kind of my point is you don't have to give up something you may love, but you got to also be willing to work on yourself and be honest that you have to fix that obstacle. You can't. I agree. They can't coexist, as John's saying. You're going to be miserable if you do.
Right.
Roxanne,
100%. And
go ahead.
Yep. I was gonna say I agree 100%, and I think it's just the same exact story. Like Jeff, if no matter if it's small, a little bit of a difference, but if you're making improvements in your goal, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you're, if you're not, you have to be realistic with yourself.
And Roxanne, you're so encapsulated this. It's more interesting to embrace just overthinking. The capacity of foreseeing the actions, exploring all the possibilities. We're all juiced about the possibilities. And there's where we start getting a problem. We start fantasizing, we get excited, and then we don't finish for whatever reason. Because they generally, executing is not nearly as sexy as what we had built up in our heads. And some people get through it. Often people do. And then there are those that may go, oh, this wasn't as fun as I thought it would be, or it's not the fantasy I had in my head, or there's too many problems. So it's true. Know why we are doing instead of judging it. All very good. I love.
What does that mean at the end?
Know why we are doing it instead of judging it. Judgment's a problem anyway. Know why you're doing something. If you have a passion, you're going to do it. Do it. If you're not, you know what I mean? But you start judging it like, if I do this, it will make me this in my mind. This is me doing this is automatically going to make me happy. That kind of judgment. Yeah. And then of course it's a failure judgment. Whatever that judgment is, it's going to set you up for failure probably, as opposed to know why you're doing it. I love making videos. Okay, I sit down here and all I think about is I love making videos. I'm not thinking about John's going to hate the song, or Roxanne's going to hate the way I did this transition, for example. You guys are mean to me. I love making it. I know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the right reasons too, right?
Well, everybody says, right? Everybody says the same exact thing, which is if you're doing it because you want to make money, then you're doing YouTube for the wrong reason, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, so fame and money, doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right. So yeah, absolutely, because you'll never find really what makes you happy if you're just chasing that money or that whatever.
Rodrigo, you nailed it.
Because you love doing it.
You do. Steve says, a man who runs in front of a bus, tired. Man who runs behind the bus, exhausted. Okay. I'm not sure I follow. Man who runs in front of the bus is tired, being chased. Man who runs, either way, they're tired. Is that the vibe there? I feel bad that I don't quite get it.
One's tired, one's exhausted. Either way, it's like
it's bad.
It seems to be.
Measure twice and cut once. I agree with that, but I have had a capacity of measuring 40 times. It is true.
You say that all the time.
Yes. Roberto Blake, I love him, has already talked about his anxiety and eventually prevents him from creating. Still, he's a hero of mine for that reason. And again, him talking about it is helping me because I see somebody succeeding through that inner obstacle, and that's important to me. And although I'm not Roberto Blake, if somebody feels good that I feel like I'm making progress, then he's passed that down, and I'm passing it down, and there you go, right? Exhaust fumes.
I love the majority of the nuggets that Roberto Blake drops, but he gets a little bit overwhelming for me at times. But I love 90% about what he says, because I think that he doesn't let anybody down. Like, he doesn't let anybody go by the seat, he grabs them by the seat of their pants, which is, don't make excuses. I was this, and the other thing, and everybody told me I was a failure, and everybody told me I couldn't make it, and everybody said that my dreams were stupid.
And that's even harder. I have support.
Believed in myself and kept going.
I have an immense amount of support here with you, with these lovely people who are on chat tonight when they could be anywhere else, and they're supporting me and everybody else by having these conversations. And and I don't feel anybody telling me I can't. So what a shame, here this person felt that and got it, and he's still doing it. To me, that just lifts me up. That gives me hope, and that's the kind of person I want to try to be for others. Know why? I was talking about the root cause of some of our overthinking, but it takes a lot of answers to face or unconscious. It does. It takes time. That's the thing. But you got to stick with it. That's the only real thing I can give you here is stick with it. Don't give up on it. Talk about it. Read about it. Yeah. John and I are just absolutely slow on this, but we get it. So you get the tires you can run over. You get the exhaust from behind. All right. So I have another question, and then we're close to ending. But I'm just curious. Prefer for your mic, if you are a streamer or if you're watching, if you're just a consumer, either one, viewer or creator, do you prefer the mics that are on the booms, like these guys? Do you like the out of shot mic like I have here? Do you like those desk mic that stand on a desk? Or is it like whatever, I can hear you, I don't really care? I don't really care. I hear you, so hell what? There are no wrong answers, but I am just curious. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Gary V. Yeah. Give your answers, guys. I want to know. I'm just curious. John and I are right now using overheads that I know I'm going to hate myself when this is over because I got real excited here and started yelling into the overhead. And so I'm going to really hate how loud I have been all night. John is so controlled and disciplined on the mic, and I am not. And this is my 2022. I'm not doing a resolution.
In my head, I was like, hey, man, he's really yelling.
I know. Why don't you just say something like, dude, you got to just, it's okay. Chat, look, if I'm ever getting too on the mic, just tell me to chill. Like, just, dude, can you just, just chill. They'll tell me. Chat will tell me. Chat, see if anybody tells me to chill. Vinny likes the out of shot mics. Can be distracting for a viewer. Hey, Christopher, I got you right there. There you are. You can't get away from me, Christopher. How you doing? I hope your holidays were good, are good, and your new year is wonderful. TH2 says, Mike, I can hear, so whatever. I knew TH2 was going to probably fall. Like, there's certain personalities that were like, I'm not playing this game. I'm going Steve says he likes the mic on the boom. Now, do you like the mic on the boom for the sound or the look? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, but if you can have the out-of-shot mic sound as good as the boom mics almost,
Oh, we do sound as good as our.
I think we're okay with that.
We sound a little bit different.
Well, we're close.
I think we're on top of how it's different clarity, not as lowy and boomy but I still feel like that can fatigue if it's overdone. We don't I'm not saying we do. I'm just saying, I'm not saying we overdo.
I still feel like, here's the thing that always gets me, and I'm not saying that. I always go into some of these streams in some of these bigger YouTubers or some of these streams where they maybe have 100 people in a live stream, and they sound horrible, and they have 100 people there. So, but my only thought process all the time is, if they sounded good, would they have 10% more? Could they have 20% more?
Okay.
And then so my thought process is, like, year after year, by making like those small improvements that we talk about.
Yeah.
Do they ever think of that, or does that not matter to them? Or
I don't know. It's a good question.
Is it something that you should be thinking about? So I always look at it in that direction, because we all have goals here. So say if your channel is not to make money off of being monetized, but you're trying to reach more people in general so they can listen to whatever you're trying to put out, then why wouldn't you want to reach 10 or 20% more? And because I feel
it's a good point.
If you sounded better.
Yeah. It would add to it.
You would definitely have more. Yeah, just the sound. I don't even care if you're using the camera that you're using, the Logitech, whatever. Just the sound.
Rodrigo says, I'd be okay with any mic that doesn't hog the camera and yet allows me to move freely. You sound like a lavalier type. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about this mic. I'm really trying not to talk loud now. I'm just so self-conscious.
Well, you sound good when you're just talking.
I know, and I just started getting yelly, and I got paddled in junior high for talking too loud in class. But they took me in a hallway, and I was going to school in Mississippi. And they took me out, and they got the coach, and they literally paddled me 3 times in the hallway. I remember that.
Should have paddled you 4.
I know, and it would have stopped this. The cycle of John's ears getting blown out. I hate that, because I really love the sound of the mic when I'm talking like a human, like John. Yeah. Anyway, forgot my sound. Arkansas says, I like the sound of a dynamic. Fair. I think a boom mic is more practical. Very little experience with either. Fair enough. I like it. It's a great answer. Boom mic is something really cool to have. I don't have it. Good what?
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good input. I think
it is good input.
Yeah.
I like the input. Steve says for looks and gives more space. I think he means the overhead.
Okay.
Because I look back, I think he said overhead. Also great input. What does this say? I think
agree.
Many take the my way works for me some meh way, John. Yeah, it's probably true. Carter P. Look at Carter P is here.
It's true.
Carter P, you're new. I believe you are new. I don't know how you got here. Maybe a cashew friend. I'm not
seen
sure.
Carter P somewhere in some stream.
I know a name, but I feel like Happy New Year to you, sir. I'm glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let us know. Do you have a channel? Can we find you?
Yeah.
We're obviously new here. We're not huge, but we are having a great time with our good stream buds. And I'm so happy you're here to step in. I love the energy. And Happy New Year to you ahead of time. So let us know if you have a channel, if you want to let us know what it's about. And then, Tommy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Our dear friend Tommy.
I know I've seen him somewhere.
Tommy's sweet.
Remember.
I appreciate that. Tommy's a wonderful, wonderful person, supporter for small communities like me and John. Well, John's getting bigger, but still, he's been so wonderful. So thank you for coming and spending some time with it. It does mean a lot to us. For new faces, it always is lovely. And we have our faces in here are all lovely people. And any questions you might have, or if you just want to tell John my mic sounds better than his, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. Roxanne says, I like mics on boom arms and eventually overheads. I need a lot of space for my arms to move freely. This is something John would tell me after our streams. Okay. I would always hit the mic. I'm one of these. You can tell, like I get a little too animated. I get a little too loud. John hasn't moved an inch in nearly 2 hours. Okay.
No,
I have covered about 1 million miles.
But
I'm exaggerating, John.
I told Jeff beforehand, before this stream, I'm just like, he found his spot with the overhead mic that he has right now. And it is perfect for him, for his style.
Right.
I'll go between both because I'm just a mic guy. Yeah. But I think Jeff has found his golden mic. So.
Well, I'm doing recordings on recorded videos, and so switching back and forth, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I am enjoying the overhead. I'm enjoying the space.
Just
seeing
fits you.
My monitors.
Just fits.
It does fit. I like this. I will once in a while flip back.
Oh,
John's right. I do like this with my voice and EQ and all that stuff a little bit better at the moment.
I think you sound great.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I promise in 22, I will learn not how to breathe deeply and yell at everybody. Hey, Tommy, pay me. Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
I will. I'll pay you. That's fine. I will pay you more.
You don't have to say it in front of everybody.
Well, yes, he does, because that's Tommy.
Behind the scenes is okay.
No, he's behind the scenes. He's like extorting me. He's like showing pictures to people. He's stronging me. He's like, where's my coupons? I want my coupons.
That's what New Jersey people do. Just strong arm you.
A lot of people may know Tommy from his podcast, and the people that come in here, you may not, but I really do love Tommy because, he's been around a while. He's got an idea what's happening. He doesn't, I don't want to say he doesn't care, but I like that he doesn't take it all so serious, so to speak. And, he's no bullshitter, and he helps out small communities. And I know John's already doing that after he hit 1,000. He did before then too, but it's easier after 1,000. And I want to do the same thing. There are people like that who I think we all should look at and go, that's how we want to treat smaller communities when we get bigger. And Tommy, I do appreciate you.
Right.
And I can't wait till we do our live together on your deal. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Jim says, in my honest opinion, part of people watching live streams are the topics. Most people are not interested in my speaking building hobby and farm equipment and tractor. I imagine though there is a huge interest in the tractor community. That's an interesting thought, Jim. I wonder, I'm going to take a look and see what kind of like YouTube channels there might be for YouTube implements and things like that. I mean, your speaking hobby would be huge.
If he took it seriously and he looked, you would be blown away about the farm industry and people doing live streams.
Especially
I know people that
if you're really into your hobby of your building, your speakers and stuff like that, you should absolutely talk about it. You're very knowledgeable about it. I think it would be great for you to go on there. There's so many people that would be interested in that. Okay, Cashew.
Anything, but it does.
We got clarification.
Just find your niche.
I've been assured that you and I are being compensated at the same rate.
Nice.
Okay. I see. I see how this is going to go. I got one more question to pop up that everybody, don't leave, Tommy, because you want to see this one. Hang on a second. Let me just see if there's anything. Okay. Well, see, Rodrigo says he talks with his hands too. I even point at things. I know. Mm-hmm. I even touch my screen like that's going to do anything. So it's kind of take it very, very seriously. Moron. Something to think about. There are a lot of guys who listen to passively as I do. If it's a talking head stream, yep, I do it too. And nothing is being shown. I'll put my phone in my pocket and treat it as a podcast. That's a really good point.
But that is more of the reason why you should sound so much better.
Yeah.
And the seriousness of sounding good is going to make people stay. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Arkansas says, only interacting in chat intermittently. Some of my coworkers do this. I've noticed. Okay. So hopefully we don't do that. I try not to. Not tonight. I'm being really aggressive and I want to really be on top of things. I didn't really have a major topic tonight. I'm just kind of being whatever. Yeah. What's that?
It's funny that he brings that up though, because these are things that I've been thinking about. These are things that are going through my head about things that I want to change moving forward.
I'm a big fan of chat integration. Lately I've been really more doing it, not because I have to, or I think I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And it does kind of go in the weeds. I grant you, but look, as long as, and I circle back and I'll do a better job of putting things that go by and pop-ups to say, hey, tech questions, drop them. So people understand that while we may be talking about anxiety, that this is a tech channel that you can drop anytime and you're never interrupting us. So I can do a better job of shaping the show and segments, and I will, but I'm putting together things like tonight, an idea, so I can come up with a plan, and all you guys are, and ladies and gentlemen and whatever's are helping me, and I really appreciate that.
This is great to interact with the community on this level at times. You know, I think it's, and you have to realize what I'm saying at times, like Jeff has 325 subscribers, right? I have just over 1,000. We're very small. And so as this moves on, we're going to have to learn to operate like very differently. And there has to be intent a lot more. Right now, we're blessed with being able to have as much conversation as we do.
True that.
With the chat.
True
and
that.
So things will change, and they can't stay the same, unfortunately. But.
Yeah, it's true. And he's clarifying, but I love that he brought it up because it still it's valuable on two sides. I meant me, the viewer, only interacting, but there is also the issue of the host only doing that. And there are channels who just don't do it, and that's fine. I don't tell people how to do their channel. I just think there's a better mix, and I like the flow of really finding a way to weave the chat. I'm breaking my streams on Tuesdays into 3 segments for 2022. I want them to move and have a path, and through each segment, I want to have the ability to have that interaction, but also remind people about the main topic, about what we are, what we can do, and what they can do if they just drop in and they may have missed something. That takes a minute to figure out. It's not easy, and so, but I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to what that can be. Before I forget, because we're getting late, I want to put up the last question. This one's very important. I really need an answer about it, and so
dude,
I'm afraid to put this up. I'm a little afraid to put this up, but okay, I'm going to put it up. Is everybody ready? I'm going to get down. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is my last question of the night. All right.
Okay.
And so what I need,
Jesus Christ.
for the end of the year, some of the biggest laughs I've had have been John and I on Snapcam.
An Instagram picture.
And it is. And what we need to do, everybody, we need to find our best John. Okay, we always talk about our best selves. Tonight is about picking our best John. And it's not easy finding a best John.
I've been looking for the best John for a while.
That's so good. There's so many great Johns, right? So, hey, Bug Dude, how you doing? So what we need to do is pick your best one. Is it the Dark Widow? Is it the Flying Banana? The Future Rudolph? Or the Giraffe John? I've laughed at all of them. It's just as hard because they're all funny. But let's see if anybody's got. There's a right answer here, I think, but it's really hard for me. John, I threw this at you. I love you for being a good sport about it.
Until you see the banana in action, it's
okay. In fairness, if I'd had time, I would have had video clips because he's right.
I'm just saying
the video, the giraffe video does too because of your mouth.
Right.
And then on Rudolph, you blink so much. They're all like amazing in motion. So it was really hard. I actually worked to capture the right mouth on the banana and the giraffe. This is me overthinking this way too much today, but I had so much fun. I couldn't help it. I know, boy, George. I knew that was going to get one. So Darlene says that giraffe, because that's what we're going with, right? The giraffe.
The giraffe.
Carter says, but the Dark Widow is a win. I mean, it is something. The Dark Widow. I mean, you got to admit. That's pretty sexy, John. And I couldn't find the other one with the lipstick, but you had another one with lipstick that just made you look
Boy George
gorgeous.
Was really good.
Yeah. That's
Rodrigo
another.
said the Boy George. I like that.
Yeah, the Dark Widow, number 1 for Carter. Noah Spicken. How you doing, Noah Spicken? We all do the potato in the Oval Office in 101's chat. Oh, the potato I know. Is that the one underground? There's one like a potato underground. There's 2 of them.
I had the.
I've seen it.
I tried the potato. So
hard to choose. You got to pick one. You can't just be living on the edge there. Really, I'm a little shocked, but maybe again,
right.
Dark Widow's speaking to me. Well, if the Dark Widow's speaking to you, we probably need an exorcist. This chat has Bugs in it. Yeah, Bugs is here. The Widow is really something. Carter can't get over if you think, Carter, I don't know if you saw the night that was my Halloween on my channel. If you've not seen that with him doing that in the banana's at minute 54. And that's
interesting stuff.
It is interesting. It's really awesome. Rodrigo says the Dark Widow should audition for Slipknot. Well, they lost a drummer, I think. So that could happen. Really? Yeah, Roxanne really. I remember she liked your lipstick, but Rudolph
definitely liked lipstick.
But Rudolph John comes second. Rudolph John was good because the ears are moving. It's too bad I don't have the animation. I really got to get it together because he changes his voice. He does. He just changes his voice here. There's no doubt about it. Jim says the Dark Widow, the giraffe scarves me. I think he means scares me, but there's a joke I don't know. Boy, the Dark Widow. Vinny says the Dark Widow, very disturbing. I'm shocked, honestly, that the Dark Widow came out. I mean, it's not even close.
It's a big one.
Nose Pickens says, what did you say? Can't hear you. Put the mic. Pull the mic out. Yeah, pull them out of your ear. I know what she's saying. One of you is saying. Right. Okay, so here's the thing. I had a hard time with this. John's right. If it was moving, it would be so different because the animations are so different. In a photo-centric way, the Dark Widow is going to win because it's very dramatic. You got the backdrop, you're wearing lipstick, you got makeup, and the whole. I get it. The banana, but I'm telling you, if you watch the giraffe and the banana move, the banana wins.
Yeah.
I mean, John is the banana is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Peels.
Those floppy peels, and he's flying left and right, and he's looking at you with his big mouth moving, and he's laughing. You go watch the Bootackler around minute 52
and then
or something.
Then we went into, then we saw 3 other streamers that same week doing the same thing as us.
Yeah, they did. Well, that's good. They found it. But the Rudolph one was really cool too last week with the ears and everything you had going on. So I don't know. It was really tough to say, but man,
the Rudolph one was special.
That was special. Rodrigo, the flying banana has to be my choice because John was having the stern conversation about tech when I got to the stream, but that's who was talking. Yes. Yeah. He was literally having, if you go watch it, you are literally having a real tech conversation, but you're also laughing and being weird. And the banana's moving and it's just, I don't know. It's a real joy. But again, that was a moment. It's not moving. You're just looking at us. And I think I can see where the Dark Widow went. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, thank you. You nailed it. Rudolph is seasonal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's seasonal. I mean, I do love it.
That was my birthday week too.
That's right. It was on the Friday. See, that Tuesday's when I don't know. Was that on your stream? I might have gone on your stream.
No, Thursday. That was my stream, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm wearing my birthday shirt.
That's right. It was the day before. I remember that. Yeah. Vince taught me that John and his banana have moves like Jagger. Vinny always brings that up.
Right.
At least I think that's what Vinny told me. And his banana.
That's
I think we've walked into another realm of John and his banana. And yeah.
Yeah. Just don't slip on the peel.
It's true. It's very brilliant. Future Rudolph looks like Chris Hansen just walked in and asked him to have a seat. That's right on point right there. Hi, what you doing here? Yeah, I could hear the voice. Oh my God, that's really funny. Oh, Carter. Chris Carter, of the X-Files. Carter, go over there and watch it. I want to say it's around minute 52, but if you scope, you'll see. If you just slide it, you'll find the banana. Just come back at some point and let me know. It's on the Bootacular. It's right on during the week of Halloween. Oh my God, it's really funny. But the giraffe was hilarious too. You did the giraffe. Oh, you did the same night on Thursday because that's when Jordy showed up, the elf, and did some stuff, I believe. And I don't know if you've watched Jordy.
No,
if you've gone back, if you watched Jordy
I didn't have anything that night.
What?
I didn't dress up at all that night with Jordy.
That's right. It was just Jordy. He took over my stream, did the whole thing. You're right. You're right. But Jordy danced with you. No, Jordy danced with you as a giraffe at the end. Absolutely did. There's a whole thing with you and Jordy. You and Jordy got in some jazz music. Started you playing bass, and then you became a giraffe.
I think right at the end. Right at the end, going crazy.
It was hilarious. Right. If you guys haven't seen that,
that's true.
I laughed so hard. I just happened to go through today trying to find stuff, and you and the elf are going crazy and he's going crazy. It's one of the weirdest visuals I've seen for two grown men that I've seen. I would have paid. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that we went a little ballistic at the end of the night.
That's hilarious. Well, we're at 10:15. We went way past bedtime. But you know what? You guys have been great. And you stick around. You put up with my nonsense and my music. I'm going to put this music back on. John, this chat is on fire.
I don't know.
This chat is on fire. It is on fire tonight. You guys have been incredible.
This chat is on fire.
We should not. Immediately we went down to 2 people watching concurrently.
This chat is on fire.
I'm telling you, he did. Because if you watch it, his voice would change. Okay, here's the deal. I said I was going to do this. We're at nearly 70 streams. But I said when we do our year is in May, I believe, right? End of May. I'm pulling down these videos and I'm starting to edit already. I'm doing an end of the year, a year. I should do 100. I could do 100 streaming party.
Don't overthink it.
I'm not overthinking it. I'm just saying I would love that. I'll just bring some. Dude, there is so much footage already. Like, I have to weed out. So I'm already compiled. I just got to pull out this and that, and you and I being a goof, and we've got a little 100 show party. Would you guys be okay with a 100 show party? Let us know. The elf never came out of character. I do think that elf was well, he never came out of character because he's not a character, bro. He's full on Jordy the elf. He's 222 years old.
Is on fire.
You done? Done?
How'd that sound?
Oh, that's awful. Can you just not?
That girl is on fire.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to mute him. So you found your voice box. That's cool. That's cool. You sound just like Barry Manilow. Who sounds just like Barry Manilow? Do I sound like Barry Manilow?
I sound like Jordy. Hi, Jordy.
That's not what Jordy sounds like. Jordy's a man. He's 220 years old.
Jordy sounds like this. Hi, Jordy.
The giraffe was funny too, though. Yeah, you laugh because the giraffe had no arms, and you were trying to dance. And when Jordy was playing music, I broke my character.
Oh, Jordy.
I'm telling you, go back. It's ridiculous. Like, I hadn't had the chance to really go back and watch.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. You know, a little goes a long way. You are like harmonica with that voice. A little goes a long way. And banjo.
Sorry.
No, you're not sorry. Yeah, don't quit your day job.
Sorry, okay?
Yeah, do a year rewind. You've got the best footage already. I think I could do. I think 100 shows. I'd love to do 100. I got enough time to put some little things together here and there.
100 shows.
So that would be a voice for your Dark Widow character. I still say that one would work. Maybe you need to make it a little more higher voice. But that would be perfect for the Dark Widow.
Higher pitch?
No, don't, because I think it's so out of whack with the fact it's the Dark Widow that the low voice is actually, that contrast is better than if you went high voice with it. I'm just saying.
I think this is perfect.
So my idea, chat, was, every so once in a while, John and I are going to grab one of these characters and do a full show and, rip our own channels apart. So let us know if you want us to do that. I have videos. We're going to have
fun of our own stuff.
We are. Once I get to 20 videos up, John, you and I are going to grab our characters, and every so often we're going to pick one of our videos out and just rip it up. Like Mystery Science Theater.
I'm going to grab something else.
You're getting really weird with your voice now. Now it's like he's emboldening you to say things. No, it's not. It's not a compliment. It's not a compliment.
Don't talk to me like that.
THC.
You're not going to like me when I'm angry.
I don't like you when you're not angry. How does that make you feel? Can you do the chipmunk voice? Do you have a chipmunk voice? How can you not?
What am I, a show?
Yeah, you're dance, little monkey.
I'm a little show for you people.
Entertain me, clown.
Entertain me.
Entertain me, clown.
Right?
He's mimicking. Oh my God. I sense at 100 you'll be overthinking, faced with the amount of madness footage yet to come. Yeah. I already know the footage though. I already know the footage I would include though. I've been kind of tracking it. You sound like a prison guard in Total Recall, if that helps you, if that makes you feel better, like more of a person. Nobody likes this voice thing. Carter says the voices are killing me right now, but is laughing. But I'm taking it as, this chat is on fire. So that's what a lot of reverb and auto-tuning will get you. So can you go get that voice and say, I'm your father, so we can hear it? I'm your father, Luke. He's going to take me an hour to find it now. Jeez. Yeah, where's Dr. Rob when you need him? You can get on here and tell you exactly what voice to get.
Dr. Rob would love this stuff.
You could be a Transformer with that other one. That would be a good Transformer one. So we could find a character. There might be a character on chat cam that'll let us do...
Dr. Rob loves
that's close.
All these kind of sound effects.
So do Luke, I'm your father.
Luke.
Yes.
Luke.
Yes.
I am your father.
Oh my God, that's really good.
Use the Force.
Oh my God, that's really good.
You will be strong with us.
No, that's not. You messed it up.
No.
Darth, it's
the
Force is strong with you.
The
Force is strong. Take two.
Take two. I'll start over. I'll do better this time, I swear.
Darth Vader laughing is weird.
Right. I know. It is kind of weird.
In 8 movies, I've never seen Darth Vader giggle. He never giggles.
I'm sorry, I'll do better this time.
He never apologized either. Never happened.
He didn't want to lose his job.
Well, I appreciate you guys all playing around for that. Oh, I gotta get rid of the bananas, don't I? Hang on a second. John, thank you for being a good sport about that. I hope you don't mind. We're picking out our best John of the year so far.
That was fun.
It was fun. I thank all of you for being here way longer than we probably should have, but it was fun, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. Anything, John? What's going on? You doing a stream on Thursday? Do you know, or is it tentative? Are you going to commit to Thursday? Doesn't matter. You want to wait and see?
It's a secret right now.
Okay. Well, no. The notifications will come out, and not a problem. But look, I just want to say it'll be New Year's before I see you. All you wonderful YouTube creatures, creatures of YouTube on the other side of 2001. That's weird to say. It's been a wacky year for me. I know. Everybody's had a year on some level. Look, not to be weird about it, I've had an amazing year. I've made amazing friends. John, I love every step along the way with John. It's been amazing. There's been some amazing people to come in my life. Cashew, you've been a godsend. Roxanne, Brian, and on. Tommy's and goes. I won't be able to thank everybody, unfortunately, but I do plan on reaching out. I will, because everybody here does matter to us. It's a small community, but boy, is it powerful. This is one of the most active chats I've seen this size ever, and it's not because I'm doing anything special. It's just because you guys, there's a great mix in here that has been put together with love and care, and it shows.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, what's this right here? Tommy says we are having a New York East stream if people want to unwind to some. Absolutely. So Tommy, you're on your podcast. You guys are doing a New Year's Eve. Awesome. Sauce. I will definitely jump on and watch you guys. That would be a lot of fun. Because I'm not going anywhere.
What day is that again?
Yeah, when is New Year's Eve?
That's
ridiculous. I don't know.
Friday or Saturday? Let me see.
It's New Year's Eve is Friday.
New Year's Eve is Friday.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Not a problem. Love it. Thank you, Tommy, for saying something. I really do appreciate that. And if you haven't experienced Tommy and Tracy, they're a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed them, and I'll definitely be there. Yeah, I guess that's exactly. Yes, Carter, everybody. Yes, get over there. That was fun. Thank you for the party. Thank you for the energy and the spirit, Roxanne,
Thanks,
as
Roxanne.
always. Steve, man, much love back at you. You've just been such, I don't know. The injection of Steve has been a huge. I really appreciate it. Rob Allen, I don't know if you went back into your box, but hugs to you, love to you, man. I really appreciate Nose. Thank you for being here. It means a lot.
Stuart said Voltron. That brought back memories.
Oh, yeah, the Voltron.
Hey, Vinny.
Stuart, that's really awesome, man. Hey, Vinny.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's to you. I can't tell you, man. You guys are so much fun. I swear we could walk on here and just have very little to talk about except life and a couple things around tech, and the energy of chat just moves things along. And that's how I want it. I don't want to lock chat down into a box too hard. Obviously, we want to stay on tech, but, you know, this has been a lot of fun. I really believe it. Yeah, you're fine. We knew what you meant. Don't you worry about it.
Well, we said it was going to be a fun week anyway. So
yeah, this is a loose
we
week.
Wanted to go with it and just be cash. So Thursday, just a heads up, look for a different time possibly. There might be a different time set of when we may go live. I'm going to talk to JA about it after we get off this stream. And we might do something a little different. So it might not be perfect for everybody, but we might want to stream just a little bit of a different time that day.
You know what? The notification will come out, the thumbnail will come out, and we'll figure it out. Either way, we'll see you on Thursday. And then, of course,
great.
It sounds like I'll be fired up for next Tuesday. We'll come out, maybe do something new. We'll see. Got a lot to do between now and Tuesday. The new year is starting.
Right.
I've got plans I got to do. John, for me, I'm not doing resolutions, but my plans that I are planning on sticking to and have nothing to do with resolutions because it's just that time. Continue with my videos. Right. You continue with your videos. I'm pretty much set what I think I'm going to do with my solo streaming approach. That has not been easy for me, but it's been dialed in. I'm excited about that. I got to talk to John about that too. Not that it matters. It doesn't affect this. It's just I always want John's opinion. So yeah, check out Tommy's show with Tracy on Friday. I don't know exactly what time it's on, but I'm sure before the ball drops. You're on the East Coast. I know that much. So, we're cold shower buddies, but we do that for a reason.
But we don't touch.
Well, if it's colder, you know.
In the shower.
Yeah, if it's colder, you know. The only problem with getting cold is that you want to huddle because of body heat, but it's going to be okay. It's not going to happen.
I will ask him to scrub my back though, just where I can't reach.
Yeah. Like those what are those guys in the Roman time that had to help the politicians?
You could be my personal loofah.
I'll be a walking loofah. You'd be like loofah boy, and I'll walk with my head down, all ashamed. But I'll do it.
That's what my wife was, you know. I was one Halloween. I was the soap, and my wife was the loofah.
That's really funny. Probably 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern.
10 or 11. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. And we will see you guys next year. I don't know. I mean, I'll be here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern next week as well. Same time. I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, so I'm not going to worry about it. I just look forward to seeing you guys. I just can't thank you enough. Really, it's the end of the year. I don't want to linger on it, but what's going on now? We're leaving. This is what's happening. Okay, we're going. We're leaving.
Yeah, Tommy, I'm gonna go earlier on Thursday, so it'll be earlier. I don't know exactly what time yet, so I'm gonna put it out tomorrow.
Yes, it is true. She is loved, and you're loved, and you wear that crown high. You are loved. Absolutely, Cashew is loved, and we cannot say enough, Cashew, about what has happened in the last 6 months since meeting you. You're absolutely DNA of the stream, and we really do appreciate that. It's you're not just a moderator, that's for sure. We absolutely adore and love you. Get that. Yep, check that out. We're not going to drop soap, so I got to leave on a better note than don't drop the soap. Everybody's going with the soap.
Do you know, my son got that Dr. Squatch soap.
Yeah, how is that? Because I see those stupid ads like all the time. They're funny.
Let me tell you something.
Oh God,
their stuff is pretty good. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but their stuff is pretty good. Their toothpaste is amazing, by the way.
Is it really?
And real good quality.
Okay, because that's always something I can never find. That it's okay,
but it's not cheap. So it was like a gift for my son. And then the soap is really, it's good quality, but it's expensive. But he wanted it. He's been asking for it, and he loved it. He loves it. So
Cashew is the best. All right, that's good to know because I see the ads and I think, I don't know, I kind of want to try it out. You know, kind of want to see what that. Yeah. I like the ads enough that I kind of want to just try it out. I don't know. I just kind of want to try to do it. For sure. Okay. We're done with it. I got to get off. I'll be here all night because I love you guys. All right, John. Thank you for a wonderful 2021. I know they're just. I love the chat. I'm not gonna lie. I love what they say. I like how they interact.
One day we should just spend an hour going back and forth to each other. I love you more. I love you more. Oh.
Yeah, it can be oversaid, but I mean, it also can be understated. And this is not easy. This is a lot of doubts, a lot of struggles, and so this means a lot to me. I'm glad you're still here because I wanted to say to Laquita and Corey, thank you also because you also really made 2021 and my channel a lot of fun, and I really owe a lot to you for that. And your support's been wonderful here. So and then everybody else.
Again. And we talk about the energy is important, and so we really mean it.
That's the thing. Yeah. If we're not big enough to have no energy, it's not just like because people think, you have chat, okay, but it's energy in our chat. There's great questions, and there's these peppers of questions. There's a pepper of a lot of different subjects that we talk about. Tonight we got into anxiety and the shower thing, and it was not made in. It's fun because we make it fun, but we didn't turn it into something goofy like, we shouldn't have gone down that thread. And I love that we have lines that we'll cross over, but we won't push over to nonsense that destroys the intent, the spirit of the intent of the subject. That takes everybody, and I'm just so proud of the care that this was put together. Yeah.
One cool thing I want to say is, Roxanne, we use fluoride-free toothpaste all the time.
Good point.
We use a couple different kinds, and I have not had fluoride ever in my life. So, but this is Dr. Squatch. It's like a real popular brand in that they really put out a lot of ads on YouTube for it. And so my son wanted to try it because it's like the cool thing. But I was really surprised when I used their toothpaste of really good quality. My wife came over. She's like, this is pretty good stuff for what it is. So it's called Dr. Squatch. But the other thing is, what I wanted to say is, you guys don't have any idea, because we've only probably said it once or twice before, about when we talk about the energy in the stream, and maybe all of you don't get it, but because maybe you don't have your own streams and you enter streams all the time, but it makes a huge difference for the people who are doing the stream.
Oh my God.
And so you have no idea of how happy it makes us inside and how really cool it is. Like, it's just really amazing. So I don't think you know, because I don't really come out and tell you. And when I do come out and tell you, I just tell you, right? And so I've said it once or twice before, but it's just
the trick too
really does
the trick
into my soul.
It is. And we've talked about it early on, like 20-25 people is lovely, but it doesn't matter if it's not the right 20-25 people. And over time it's just built. into this really weird cross section of love. I love
it could go much better.
No, I just can't because it isn't just they're not just focused on one thing, but they're willing to play along. I just like it. Maybe it's more of a discussion for you and I, but I'm glad that they're able to hear and they're exposed to how we feel about it. So yes, with cashew, sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. But mostly in this stream, we always want the nut to be hanging around. So we're really happy that we did. Yeah, the commercials are really good. I mean, I think they're really well done. So
yes,
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that the product holds up with that. So, well, I'm looking forward to 2022, John.
Cashew.
I know, she cracks me up.
Yeah, I am too. I just I have a lot on my mind, and I'm trying to sort out what is going to be my best route moving forward. And
sure.
So I'm trying to navigate my thoughts and
it's fair,
and not overthink them, you know, and because I really want to get to what I need to do to make sure that I keep on a path, because I have certain goals that I definitely want to hit. And so, I know I got to put my nose to the grindstone, like I tell my son, and do the hard work. And I'm just making sure that I can somehow plan it out where it's is least taxing on my family.
Yes.
and making sure I'm effective.
The balance. And I know that the grinding to 1,000 was kind of like, okay, we agreed to do that, but there always comes a time where it's like, okay, we got to find balance here, you know, now for the next stage. And then you have to figure out what that is, because without monetization as that micro target, the target is vast. It can be anything you want it to be in any direction you kind of want it to be. So now it's on you. It's not YouTube's decision what your target is anymore, really. That's set by John or whoever crosses that threshold, and
exactly
it takes a second to figure it out, analyze, balance your family life, and you're doing that right now, and I respect that. I'm in a different phase. I have a target, and so I'm shooting for that target right now, and I'm better prepared than ever to hit that target. So, well, John,
and getting better every week. So that's a fact.
Yeah,
and you know, just thoroughly impressed with your video. And
well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
If it was 1/10 of that, I'd still be impressed. I mean, I think it was unbelievable, but I just, if you got rid of a lot of the fancy stuff and you told the story like you tell it, I'd still be impressed.
That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just think that the way you can tell a story and how you did it was really cool. So I think you're going to really have a great year moving forward.
That means the world to me.
I'm excited for you.
So I want to take that minimal energy of that idea and use the tools that we talked about and the approach and knock out a lot of smaller videos and the way we talked. I'm excited for that and expand on things.
There's no way that if you keep on putting out some of those videos that are even half as good as that one, that you're going to not knock some of these out of the ballpark and walk away with 10,000, 20,000 views. I'm just telling you, when you get to the point where you can put out 3 or 4 of those a month, and if they're that or a little bit less, you would still, one of those are going to start hitting the points and you're going to knock it out. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, and that means a lot coming from you, honest. I really respect where you're coming from on this and know where you're coming from, so that means a lot. So I really appreciate that. I'm just going to put this up. I think this is a good one to end on. Stuart, I'm really glad you're here, Stuart. Thank you for all being awesome.
Thanks,
this is what we would say. It really helps.
That's exactly
the day-to-day bullshit. And that's what John and I would both say as well. And I really appreciate that, and I think that's probably sentiments from us and probably for others here. And look, this is a great place to come get tech advice, but we're more than that. I mean, we want you to come here, and you need to have a good time. You need to feel part of it. We need a safe place. We need to talk about a lot of things that nag us on all ends of this approach. And it just turns out that a lot of things that we attribute to YouTube also can be applied to many areas in our life. So it's hard to at times disassociate YouTube projects with life because it's such a massive undertaking. And as John has shown, the intersections are very difficult and it can really pull threads. So
they really are. They're more cumbersome than you can imagine, because I fight with the whole concept in my head of being a tech channel, and I've definitely come to the conclusion that I need to put out a heck of a lot more videos in this upcoming year. Otherwise, I will not grow at a proper rate.
Right.
And I think I'm so far ahead of the live streaming end.
You are.
It's almost, I'm too far ahead.
It's odd because you are way behind. You're so far ahead on live streaming. It's I probably am too definitely for my size of channel.
And my wife brought out a good point that I bring out. So today she said to me,
thank you,
and
Steve.
It's great hearing it from somebody that hears me talk about things, right? And she came out and she said to me, you need to get out of your comfort zone, and you're good at streaming, and everybody knows you're good at streaming.
Yeah.
And what holds you back with the videos? Because the videos are more cumbersome for me. They're not as comfortable.
It's true.
But the fact of the matter is that I need to have a balance, and I'm going to have to move forward and make decisions on the best of my ability to make sure that I make the right moves moving forward. Because the only way that I'll be able to keep on helping people is if I'm getting that kind of return from people where they're interested in my topics. And the only reason that they're going to find me is by making videos. Because if I keep on live streaming and only live streaming, then it's only gonna, my growth rate is not gonna be as big as it was if I don't put out the videos.
And oddly, we're kind of in the same place for different reasons. I mean, I need to put the videos out to really get my hours in a certain period of time. And I see that, and I'm really trying to really retrofit my approach, because I was so like, well, I want to be better at live stream. I need to be better at live, and I did. But I need to now take that and, now I want to say coast. If I'm going to do my solo stuff, do them, don't make them cumbersome, but I need to get the videos done. I need to get some traction like you. We both are in that same game.
And this is not what you intended, but
no.
When we talk about live streaming, no, what I'm saying is the live streaming, because the live streaming is what gives you, it will help you achieve that with the hours. And so that's no secret to anybody. But then the secret becomes live streaming and being interesting. It's a different story when you all decide just to support for a support, but I don't really like to go that route. I'd want to be, people want to be there because they like to be there. And so that is my ultimate goal always. And so for me to function and really feel good about my channel, on my live streams, I need a lot more questions coming in about helping people where I'm going to be able to help people. And so for me to feel really good about those live streams, the only way I'm going to have people show up is by making more videos about those topics.
You got to get discovered. You got to branch out. You're discovering a more wider option. And now that you're at 1,000, especially, and now you got to push that. So YouTube understands this is where he's got to send people. They got to send people here, but they can't do that without the weight and the consistency. I totally get it. And that's the same thing for me, for a different reason. But it's interesting. I think we're both on that same trajectory of like, well, we want to really keep this live stream going and do it well and improve it. But we also know we got to get the videos out underneath that. I really take a lot of pride, like you, in live streaming, and I have some ideas, but I'm at a point where I can start, like I did tonight with the question, they just start to keep augmenting a little bit at a time, my ideas. In a couple months, you've got a night, and I'm going to do the same thing with the videos, but I don't know. A lot of great advice. Nose Pickens says, now I remember my question, want to do some overtime. So I think the union is wanting overtime now. Yeah, we got the question. It's all good. I don't know, because I went long. I'm like, I'll get off here, but you know what? It's hard to say goodbye to you guys.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like sometimes when a topic comes up, it's like, I don't know, it
rears its head at the end when people they're putting the glasses down. They're like, oh, wait, one more thing. And then it just like,
that's true.
It's like, that's true, my friend always equated to, the plane is going to landing. It's like, not yet. We're going to take another lap around. We're going to land the plane. No, we're not going to land the plane. Eventually we'll land the plane.
And that's because we don't plan anything out. Everything we discuss comes right up. So there's no like, we're saving something for the next time. We want to, because there has to be a certain amount of being authentic, and I don't want to be like that person where I'm going to have a live stream. And I know, listen, people will tell you this is the way to go. Make a live stream so this way you can rebundle it and use that, video for a real video. But I don't like doing that, because then I feel like everything's played out. You know, like I see people doing different takes where they talk about a topic and then they go to the live stream and answer questions. And then they go, okay, pause for 3 seconds. And then they go back into what they're talking about so they can clip those sections out. Have you ever seen that?
I have. Yep.
Yeah, I don't like live streams like that. So
no, I don't either. I hate it.
I like a real
Let
live
it all
stream.
authentic, organic. We got a real question from Nose Pickens asking what do you recommend for a new computer. Mine is 12 years old. Oh my God. That is like 400 in dog years or computer years. I need something equivalent. I'm not a gamer. Okay. Equivalent. Well, you have an HP quad. Are you going to use it for editing? Are you going to, I guess, what do you do with it?
A laptop or a desktop?
There you go. That's my next question. I don't know what are you a content creator? Do you do anything, egregious with it? Do you heavy editing or massive? I mean, nowadays people used to say Photoshop can be handled on any computer. You could probably pull up an i3 and Photoshop would be fine. It's not always true, but PC wise, on a laptop,
where do you live?
Yeah, well, that's a good point too.
Like if you can find a micro center that's close to you, and I know there's a lot of micro centers out there, but I don't know how close you are to one, because those are some of the best deals right now. I look around, and I just bought my wife he wants a desktop.
Okay.
Nothing
desktop,
special.
something editing, nothing special.
Yeah. Unfortunately, here's the thing. It's like the worst time
it is
to buy a PC right now.
Here's my thing on this, John, and tell me if you're right, I'm all right on this. Whatever you decide to do, you're going to start from a budget standpoint. I mean, either spend $699 or less, or jump over $1,000. So I'm going to tell you, that range in that $700-800 area, you're just not getting. I don't think the bang for your buck. I don't know.
I think you got to spend $1,000 right now.
Because there's not out there, are there? There really aren't decent computers left at $699 like there used to be. This is a terrible time to buy.
A desktop, no. So I think you would, for a desktop, you definitely would have to be spending like in the $999 range, and then that would give you a lower end video card, and then you would, if you ever needed to, then you could upgrade it and have anything you want. Because right now is like the best time to be a builder, because you can get the best deals if you build something, but you're gonna spend $1,000. I just, at that point.
Nose is a reseller and a master moderator. Does have a channel too, so we all know that.
So does he do live streams? Does he do
right?
Is he rendering video? Like, is he making videos and?
Yeah, is it just photos and you're putting up, doing the reselling, or as John's saying,
That's
live streaming, just so we can dig down into what your needs are. But desktops, it really kind of does suck, man. Because before COVID, you could go out and get a really nice system like in the $699 range for a desktop for most needs and be really good, but they're just hard to come by. Yeah, Micro Center.
See, here's the thing: like, you can go out and get a $699 desktop, but it's going to come with built-in graphics card.
It's going to be integrated, so you're not going to get the. I hate integrated graphics cards.
So then you're stuck with that. So that's why you got to spend more.
And again, if budget is, but if budget's the ultimate, you're not really doing anything completely heavy on a GPU, you can get by. But that's the question. You can get by and do fine if you're just putting up stuff, taking photos, moving things around, no problem. Ultimately, that's not what you'd want. You'd want to have a dedicated graphics card, right?
Here's $1,200 gets you a hell of one right here.
Which one?
You get an HP Pavilion with it's not a hell of a one. It's a pretty decent one, but I know that I've seen one as low as $999.
Are you still on HPs? Because I think they're really good desktops for the most part in that range.
They're not bad.
I mean, I know you and I both have really liking the Lenovo's laptops. Mine's so settled down and been so good lately that big fan of the Lenovo ones. Now, we paid a little money for them, but you had a nice deal on yours, and I think you have a better graphics card than mine.
Oh,
so
we knocked that out of the ballpark with my wife's laptop.
You guys absolutely knocked it out.
That was the best deal of the year.
Yeah.
But that was $1,300. So.
I just want to throw out a congrats. Steve's just hit 100 subscribers. Exciting.
Steve,
Big congrats. I'm so glad you were here to announce that. And now you can get your vanity name on your YouTube channel if you want. But how excited, that first 100, I'll never forget when I finally crossed my 100. That was one milestone that really, they all mean a lot, but the 100 really does mean a lot. There's that first 100 just.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you were here.
It's like that
thank you for letting us know.
First,
congrats.
Hurdle, you know what I mean?
It is. It's just, you can't get to that next hurdle without that one. And I don't know, it just feels good to get that first one. And I'm glad we're here to celebrate with you, Steve. That is so awesome. I really, really love that. What's Rodrigo saying? Any computer at least 10 years old or preferable newer is necessary because of the open. Yeah. It's really getting bad. I mean, they're not supporting stuff like they used to. Rodrigo, it's true. Sounds like I need to ask Santa for a new one next year, Yeah, Santa makes some really good ones. Aw. We'll stay up and do a puppet show for you guys.
Yeah, Jeff. The only one that I see right now is this one. That's the Micro Center. This is $1,200. I could show it to you quick if you want.
Yeah, put it up.
Just give me a sec here. So it's the HP.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's got a Ryzen 7 5700G. So that means that this chip is plenty good for most of everything that they would do. Absolutely. But it's not a it's got built-in graphics in there also.
Okay.
So this chip has built-in graphics, but it also has an RTX 2060 Super. So it's got both.
I mean, that's great though, I think. For that money nowadays, I don't know.
Yeah, this is about the best thing you're going to get. But they're, like last week or the week before, they had a couple better deals. But if you want to get something that is actually going to be nice, because look at this, has 16 gigs of RAM at 3200 speed. So
and
it's solid 3200.
Yes.
That's the faster speed. And then you got a 1 terabyte solid state
That's
drive
a big
also.
drive for SSD. That's a really nice, honestly, it's a really nice price. That's something
you're not cutting any shortcuts here.
No.
It's not like you're short on memory. It's not like you're short on a video card. So you pretty much hitting everything that you need to hit with this. And
I'd have to say that I would lean into that for sure.
But there's a couple other out there, but you're going to be looking in that price range right now, unfortunately, just because of where PCs are right now.
Yeah, that's the only.
And if you're a content creator, you don't want to skip out.
You really, don't. Yeah. Even,
you can kick yourself by next year.
I tell you what, that's actually a really, I look at that, that's a really nice deal. That's actually a nice setup. Stuart said, tell me processors, just got an awesome workstation for about 400, a Xeon 8 core, DDR graphics card, and about to add more RAM, another SSD and M2. All right. Processors. I mean,
what do you mean? I'm an AMD guy.
Yeah, I used to be full Intel for years, and now why the AMDs look great. I think they're
unbelievable.
They're really good. I'd go the AMD route. I mean, obviously, what's the lowest AMD you'd want to go for processor these days? Series.
Well, I mean, you could. If you can find like what I have, which I bought a little over a year ago, which is a Ryzen 5 3600, that's usually more than adequate for anybody. I mean, I'm running 4 cameras and a live stream, streaming out to 2 different platforms, have 3 monitors, and it's covering everything, and I'm still not breaking like 40-50% out of the CPU. So, you can get a Ryzen 5, but the new ones are out. So there's new architecture. But here's the thing, all that stuff is a little bit more. You're going to right now, it's like almost 100% more than what I paid.
I know.
The only thing that's cheap right now is RAM. RAM is the time to pick up
Hoard RAM.
If you want to upgrade RAM.
Keep it for sell it later.
If you want to pick up drives, solid state drives, SSD drives, M.2 drives, right now those are cheaper. And also to note this, I don't know if you guys realize this, but when you have a newer motherboard in there that has the capabilities to have a hard drive that moves, you know, instead of 500 megabytes per second and they're running 6,000 megabytes per second, it's tremendously faster. So you get what you pay for, but it just all depends what you want to pay for.
Steve, I so get you. I say only. I have 325 and I love every one of them, and I'm so grateful for the work that goes into that. But I felt the same way, but man, it's not just. Don't be like, I'm just looking for 100 is a big deal. And you know what? The 100,000 guys, they were looking for 100 at one time too. And I'm not saying you're down on it at all. It's funny how that goes. And really cool, man. I just think it's great. And you're at 101 now, so you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems now. more subs, more problems, right?
Now the next one is 1,000.
Yeah, notice that I got 339 between my two channels, and I just told them all to go away. Yeah, you don't want those. I totally get you. You're different. You're a different breed.
Steve's got 103 now.
See, Steve, you're going crazy. You're taking off.
Yeah, he's already up 3%.
Yeah, we're working on that endurance cashew. I don't think we are, but it's really hard to walk away because when people have questions, you're like, those are great tech questions, and we want to help. I just think the AMDs have really come along. You know, Stuart says his family worked at AMD for decades, got to visit all the time. That's really cool. Just shopped on a judge.
That's
okay,
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 101 problems. You got 103 problems.
I've been running Athlon's processors.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I think that's going back to, maybe 2000. So I was overclocking AMD Athlon chips, and then I had an Intel chip. It was a quad pump 2.4 gig, and I was running at 3.3 gigs. Back then, that was with just air cooling, was amazing.
Yeah.
The copper heatsink was like this big, bro. It was like huge.
It's ridiculous, man. All right.
My wife would be like, how many songs are you downloading tonight?
Yeah, well, how much Napster real estate do you really need, sir? And you're like, hey, right. I cannot get enough. It's the new thing. It's going to be here forever.
Never have enough.
Napster will be around for our kids, and it wasn't. I'm glad you guys dropped those in there. We're going to go. It's been a lovely 3 hours, one of the fastest 3 hours in a long time, and it was so not. I told John this morning, he's probably like, dude, you said an hour. And you wrote me, you said, I'll be an hour because, we'll let people go.
That's right, you did. We always do that.
I know. But, it's hard. I love you guys. So, all right. But, John, you let us know about Thursday. The rest of you, what? Huh?
That's a good question right there.
Which one? Do they TH2? What was the first computer?
The first computer, yeah, I ever built.
God. Ooh. What was the first computer ever built, or you built?
First computer ever. Oh. What was the first computer ever built? Oh, I don't know. That was back.
It's the official garage one?
Way. Yeah, it's like 1940s or something, I think.
Yeah, it was. Punch cards, right? So my mom worked at an office where they would take those cards and they put them in and they'd punch the whole thing and it was like a mainframe. They would cover blocks underneath buildings in New York. Blocks and blocks of these old big computers with the punch cards. Crazy using punch cards to read O's and ones. It's really insanity, but I guess that would be considered. But maybe something from Egyptian. I don't know. I don't know if it's a trick question now, so I don't know.
No, I don't know. I think Vinny just answered something.
UNIVAC. I don't know UNIVAC. No, exactly. Went from 15-year-old tech to 3 years old. Okay. Exactly.
I'm looking at it right now. It's old. That's for sure.
Old.
The 1951 UNIVAC.
Okay. My guess was that for public? Probably the military had one like 19 whenever the aliens hit the ground. They probably.
Yeah. So I was
year after Roswell, we had a computer.
I thought it was like 49, to be honest with you, but
you were close, honestly.
But 51. Yeah, it was close.
Vacuum tube computing. Yeah. It's crazy the stuff that I was going to be honest with you. If you think about the computers they used to put men on the moon, if you believe they put men on the moon, because somebody's going to say, like, I didn't put,
right.
But I just assume that they did. That computer is like garbage compared to like a millionth of your phone. Your phone is way more powerful. Right. That's what they use humans. That's why we had like 100 people sitting there just computing numbers all the time and checking numbers. It's actually quite interesting. Yeah.
I mean,
nothing in the
I look back and I was trading stocks with a 33K modem. And that was 1990. I believe that was 1998 or 97. So 97. That was 97.
It's not that long ago.
With the 33K modem. And it was a 233 processor. 233 megahertz.
What was the original? Was it 14.4 or was 24.8 or something? We got then it went to 33, then 48. Wasn't
it? 14.4.
14.4 was the oh my god, was that slow?
Slowest one.
Oh, it was like AOL was like
33 was like a bump.
Yeah, we thought,
then what would happen is, oh yeah, oh god. But I tell you what, it was amazing. It was amazing the technology that opened up right in front of your eyes.
I know.
In 1995, having a Windows
I got a
PC
picture
like that.
over the computer. What is this little picture? And we didn't know what GIFs were or GIFs, how to pronounce them. And
yes.
And to have to go on and get your email and purposely sit down, dial up and make a point to go on. It's like going to the mailbox, literally, but online, like it was a whole destination event. Crazy times.
People talk about Clubhouse all the time, you know, and like this Clubhouse is so popular. If you guys don't know what Clubhouse is.
Oh, yeah,
So I was like, it seems so weird to me, that whole Clubhouse thing. That's why I think it's going to fade away, kind of.
It's a little bit weird. Yeah.
I think it is already a little bit.
It is.
I think that, like, that just reminds me of, like, these chat things that were around in the late 90s. It's so kind of backwards, but people used to get together like in music groups, computer groups, coding groups. There was like so much going on with these groups where people would go in there and just drop knowledge on all kinds of stuff. So
it's a great conversation. I really like talking about that old stuff. It does bring back a lot of moments, like Vinny trying to get his nude picture to download, and half his picture would download, and then the internet would go out, and he'd have like blank. So he'd just get like hair and then nothing else. He would get anything else in the mail. Yep, you got mail, but you won't see it for about half hour. So we'll go make a coffee and check it out. Yeah, I remember carrying around the 5.4 floppies when I was in my first year in college. I was taking Fortran and COBOL. And we
I'm carrying a 5.4 floppy right now. What? I have one in my drawer right here.
Oh, don't even act like that's what that was about. Oh my god, that is really funny.
Vinny must have spit out his mouth.
Oh my god,
that is in his mouth.
Oh, you know it's time to end the stream when John starts going to his 5.4 floppy in his pants. I had Vince just probably popped the vein laughing at that, but I should have kept
the kind of stuff that we used to do every day.
I know, I bet. No, I should have kept a lot of things. I didn't. It just drives me crazy.
Right.
I think
your
about
wife's the same too.
Yeah. Yeah, here he is. Yeah. He got it. He knew what you were saying. So good Lord.
Oh, he knew exactly.
He knows.
He's probably waiting for it. He was thinking it probably before me.
We're going to bed too, TH2. You guys have been, I can't believe it. John, last time I'm saying, my friend, love you. I will see you see you not on Thursday. Let me know what's happening. We'll announce it to the crew.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you to everybody.
Oh my God. Oh, Net Zero, the disc. Yeah. I used to download that. Remember when they had that free thing with Net Zero? I used it for a while. That
kind of blows my mind. Like that, my memory goes into all wonky places thinking about that. That is great. Wow. Darling, we love you. Thank you for the update. We'll talk to you next week. See you on next Tuesday, guys. And guys,
stay warm.
Got to clean it up. Got to always clean up your room when we're done. Christmas is over. Make it happen.
That's it.
John, see you on the other side, bro.